Misadventures. Hello everyone, look at this new flashy overlay we have. I say flashy, it really isn't flashy. I put it together in Canva in 20 minutes. Welcome to Misadventures in Appalachia. I nearly said Appalachia. God, I've been playing Brotherhood too much. This is our brand new Fallout 2D20 mini campaign. 10 episodes, 5 characters. We should hopefully all make it to the end. We hope. We're starting.
It's 6 if I count my dog.
It's 6 if we count the dog. Yes. Yeah, we've never. We're starting at level 1. We don't know how squishy you all are, so this can be very interesting. For context, none of us have actually played the D20 system at all. We've all read the rules, kind of. So we kind of know what we're doing here. But as is everything, it's a learning experience, and learning is fun, and so is failing at the same time. So if we get some humour out of it, well, hey. As some people have noticed, yes, at the bottom of the frames is the special stats of each of the characters that everyone is playing. But yes, I'm going to let, before I do my spiel, I'm going to let everyone else introduce themselves, say hello, say who you are, and give us a little bit of a zinger as to who you will be playing. And I'm going to go clockwise along my overlay, which means Cairo, and you're first.
Greetings and salutations. I'm anti-clockwise, apparently. My pronouns are he, him. Did I say Cairo Rushmore? Maybe I did.
I think you did, yes.
Okay, great stuff. I will be playing Kashra, who is Vault Tech Security. They have only just left the vault. They were one of the last to leave because parents didn't come back to pick them up. They were vault-born and have no real idea what's going on the outside, having never experienced it before. So this is going to be fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. You're the main reason we have lore rolls. Yeah, right then, moving on to Rachel.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I am also playing a vault dweller by the name of Livia Shelley. She was also born in the vault, but left a little bit earlier. I was hoping that Kashra would leave too, but that didn't happen. She is from a long line of sort of doctors and medics from the vault, and that will hopefully be useful for the shenanigans that will inevitably take place.
Yes, it is nice to have at least one person who is trained somewhat in how to use Stimpaks properly, rather than just injecting them and running away.
You slap them on, right?
Inject them into the skull, right?
Yeah, just straight into the brain. Straight into the brain, a bit of Carmex for good measure. Right, on to Bugbear.
Hello, I'm one of the shenanigans that's probably likely to happen. Hi, my name's Grumpy Bugbear. Grumpy Bear, I swear I do smile, just not on cue. I'm playing Damon Whitlock, and he is a mercenary survivor. He likes to think he's as tough as Neil Badass, but really he's not. And that probably will become very prevalent because I also think those things.
We had to have at least one gruff person who wasn't in some way, shape, or form fresh. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been, oh no, all freshmen. You know, there has to be some kind of experience somewhere. Right. Aya.
Hello, I'm Aya. I use she or they pronouns, so whichever one you prefer. I'm playing Emily Valentine, and she is probably a detective, but I mean, she looks like one, but we'll see how good she is at actually being a detective. She also has a dog, and his name is Schmoobles.
At least for this session. Who knows moving forward? Because apparently, if you do lose your dog in combat, you can get another one the next day.
But if you kill the dog in combat, you will be forever known as a monster.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Last but not least, most certainly not least, is Dabs.
Hi, I'm Mr. Dabs. You can just call me Dabs. My pronouns are he, they. I will be playing a Mr. Gutsy, an experimental line whose pronouns are murder and kill. So.
Yes, it was someone had to go, can I play a Mr. Handy? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, it's a challenge. Can I play a Mr. Gutsy? Okay, that's a choice. Yeah, who said you can't say no to heavy weaponry? But then again, someone had to be immune to radiation in the group.
And also technically immortal, so if you kill all of the rest,
Yes.
at least one member of the party will
Always
know what's
survive.
going on, somehow surviving it.
So in the event of a TPK, everyone but Dabs rerolls characters, and the new group was having to find pals they're broken. And that is how we're going to continue our legacy. So to finish off, I'm Hedgehawk. I am narrating this misadventure. Through all the twists and turns, the fails, and the inevitable successes. I got them the wrong way round, but I'm still holding to it. I'm still holding to it. This is a TTRPG. The failures come first. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. A couple of quick things beforehand. I am going to spiel these out quite quickly. Do a couple quick shout outs at the start. Then they're out the way. I'd love to shout out, and I'm going to see if the Nightbot works. It does. Manapot Studios, my favourite other studio that does Starfinder. They do so many other things. I'm going to say Starfinder. They do Vampire. They're the two I watch. One of them I'm in. There. Okay? They do lots of other stuff across all the other time zones. They're amazing people. Such an amazing group of people. I've had them on my streams as well. I can't shout out enough love in that regard. And the other one, if this is going to work... Hey, it does. It's Some of the Heroes. They're a lovely D&D 5e AP. Sundays, GMT. On a bit of a hiatus this week. I think they're back next week. I should have paid attention. I wasn't paying attention. I'm so sorry, Chris. I will go back and rewatch the YouTube bit and remember what I was supposed to say at the end. Right. Now the quick shout-outs round. Are we ready?
Yes.
Is that a requirement?
As ready as we'll ever be.
How sure do we have to be?
And at least 80%, I'd say, before we have significant issues.
We better go to technical difficulties then. I'm only a 79.
Now the problem with this is I added so much music into this, I can't quite remember which track was what. I didn't label them. So here we go. Nope, let's go for that one. There we go. Okay. The year is 2104. October 23rd. 27 years since the bombs fell. The world as we knew it was effectively gone. The whole world had to adapt to a whole new reality of nuclear fallout, radiation, mutation, all the wonderful old world values gone. Except communism. That somehow survived. But hey, it was okay for some of you. Some of you haven't had to deal with all that. Some of you were nice and cushy and cozy in your vaults. And some of you were even lucky enough to be in a control vault, which meant no bad things were happening to you. No twisted experiments, no Cairo freezing, no, we're not going to open this vault ever. Some of you just got to live a nice, happy life. But unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. And that's when Reclamation Day came. The day when Vault 76 first opened, exactly 25 years after it sealed. And while most people decided to leave on Reclamation Day, some people had to be persuaded to leave. Some people had to be dragged out by turning off the atmospheric control. And quite literally forcing them out of the door. But how you got here doesn't matter. For one reason or another, you've all found each other, and you've been traveling together for probably maybe a week or two. It's difficult to find people you trust around here. You probably don't still fully trust each other. But hey, 5 people is much better than 1. Especially now that the Blood Eagles seem to be back. And if they're not going to kill you, then the Deathclaw might. Or that Assaultron around the corner, possibly. But hey, our camera moves in on the settlement known as Foundation. Built upon what was once sort of like a tourist destination for an area of outstanding beauty, has been reconverted into a temporary settlement. The car park walls reinforced, nice high top position, giving a good view of the Appalachian hills. The only problem is, it's been hard looking for work recently. Things have gone a little too well. You know, people aren't needing help right now, which is good in one regard. Not so good when you need caps to eat, though. But you do hear of one job. Through the grapevine, through hushed whispers and minor conversations with people in the settlement, you hear that a place called the Wayward is looking for people willing to help. They're looking for daring mercenaries who may be up for a bit of a salvage operation to help fix some water purifiers that have broken. You are all sort of standing at the top of the Foundation outlook. So, kind of going in, you've got like this large tower, and just beyond that is this sort of like scenic overlook. You know, like those little kind of like balconies, that like stone with metal railings, with all those like peering things on them. I can't remember what they're actually called. They have names. You're sort of standing there, looking out towards the south. And the camera turns to a rather baby-faced vault dweller. Ashra, would you like to describe what you look like?
I was afraid you were going to pick on me first. I'm just currently... Ashra is young. They were born in the vault, so they're about 23 in age.
Mm-hmm.
They've got their standard issue Vault-Tec security armor, having been a member of the Vault-Tec of the security of the vault. They've got, sort of like dark black hair with a green highlight running through it. They are armed with their standard issue 10mm pistol and a baton. And they are naively looking out over the landscape, thinking how glorious it looks, and are completely unaware of what dangers we may face, but they are prepared to face them, hopefully.
Well, the thing is the Wayward is probably one of the very few locations in the whole of Appalachia you probably do know. The Wayward is a inn that was built just down the road from Vault 76. If you decided to follow the Overseer's instructions, which I assume you at least tried to follow when you left 2 years late, you would have arrived there, as it was built just outside the Overseer's first camp, which was designed to kind of help the first wave of reclamation people to try and like accustomize themselves or acclimatize themselves to their very mutated world. What does Kashra think of all this? Because she's known all of her life up until the day she was forced out that everything was nice and colourful, and there was always food, and there was soccer parties and awards to be won.
They're excited. They're verging on overwhelmed, but they try to remain grounded by just focusing on the little things and how the knowledge that they learnt growing up in the vault applies out here, which is a little bit difficult to cross-reference because it's like in the vault, survival was just like, here's where you get water out of the tap. Here's where you get food out of the canteen. Out here, it's like, where's the cantina? Where's the taps? So, yeah, they're learning.
They're learning. Well, while you might still be a bit baby-faced, you at least recognise one person in this group. To your right, also looking out, Livia, what do you look like?
Well, Livia is small, so small-framed, small but mighty. Blonde, because why not? And although she's about the same age as Cashra, not as baby-faced, a wee bit more rough around the edges, as she left the vault as per the overseer's instructions at the time. There's still some reference in what she's wearing to sort of her Vault 76 jumpsuit, but it's a bit more, there's layers to it, there's more kind of armor, shoulder pads, that kind of thing added to it. And yeah, she has her 10mm pistol, which probably was never used before, and a switchblade at the ready.
You will come to learn that the 10mm pistol is the chef's kiss choice of weapon of this party. To the point where when I say you find 10mm ammo, there is going to be a scramble over. I think we'll only ever see opposed party checks with who gets the ammo. Because I think nearly everyone, bar one, uses the 10mm pistol in some way, shape, or form.
I've no objections to switching to a different firearm.
If
It's
you
just
can
I've
find
not
one.
been out here long enough to find one.
Well, I have a switchblade, so I'm going to be Sweeney Todd. That's my plan. Just go around.
Stabby.
I've got a baton just in case, but I'm not very at the noodle arms, and it doesn't really work out.
Well, while we have two babyface adventurers, at least one of us here has seen some level of what the Wasteland has to offer. Damon, what do you look like?
Damon is a little bit older. He's about 32, pushing 33. Yes, he's a survivor. He's lived out in the wasteland for basically his whole life. He's a mercenary by trade. He tries to keep it, all above board, but isn't opposed to some dodgy jobs. He's built but not bodybuilder built. Kind of some crow's feet from some sleepless nights, sleeping hard out. He just yearns for comfort and coin, which he has very little of at the minute.
Yeah, while all the lovely vault dwellers have had their nice puffy beds for 27 odd years, you've had to make do with basically anything that's not the floor. Sleeping bags are probably a luxury, even though they're disease-ridden half the time. But yeah, you've been around. You know Appalachia probably more than most. You know where to avoid. You know the Wayward as well. You probably may have passed it once or twice. You know it's in the forest. The forest is the nice area, if you like. The area that's been sort of sheltered from the bombs. Most of the trees there are still green. Plant life seems to grow relatively nicely there. It's actually quite a nice place, comparatively, if you wanted to settle down. Scorched, they possibly are the only reason you probably wouldn't want to stay there, but, well, no one can escape the Scorched. They're everywhere. So, does Emily wear a trench coat?
Emily does wear a trench coat.
Of course she does. What does Emily look like?
Emily is young, evidently pretty young.
Hmm.
She looks younger than she actually is. She looks like a child. She's short. She's got curly black hair that goes down to here. And, well, it probably goes down longer, but it's curly,
Hmm.
so it's like curled all fashionable. And she has a nice little fedora, and it's a little ruined. It's got like scuff marks and stuff like that, but it's her favorite, so she keeps it. And the best part is her trench coat has pockets because it's a male trench coat.
Everyone does not understand the value of pockets until you have to salvage things, and then suddenly pockets become the nicest and most amazing thing in the world. You know, it reminds me of that Simpsons episode where they use the trench coat to hide all the candy. You know, you'd be surprised how much you can fit in if you sew in some extra pockets. I mean, yeah, you're young. I mean, you don't remember what pre-war America looks like. You were little glinting your mother's eye when the bombs did fall. You know, you grew up listening to the stories of your uncle, was it? Yeah, uncle, Mr. Nick Valentine. And your family ended up leaving Boston. Boston got hit pretty hard by the nukes. So it was kind of like, okay, maybe the best thing we can do is get out. The Appalachian Hills didn't seem to get impacted as much, so that may be a safer place to go. But here you are, traveling on your own, trench coat in hand. Did you have the 10mm pistol? Or were you the lucky one who had the revolver?
I have a pipe gun.
There we go. I knew someone had a different gun, but we're going to have to find you a revolver at some point.
What's your doggy like?
And the doggy, yes.
And the dog, yes, the
He
dog.
is one of the very rare dogs in Appalachia who still has his fur. He is a golden retriever, and his name is Schmooples.
The good news is that dogs automatically scavenge the food they need, so they don't have to cost party food, which is quite a rare resource, especially out here. Finally, our camera moves to a robot, a very pink robot. Which is very bizarre, because most people who have seen this kind of robot would probably see them painted in some sort of dark camo green with a nice big white star on it. But this one is different. Al, what do you look like?
Well, as you said, Pal is a Mr. Gutsy, part of the Pink Assassin line, aka Pal. He's pink. He has a laser arm, buzzsaw arm, and a pincer arm. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing special about him. He doesn't have a trench coat or any clothing.
Well, Pal is special.
Well, we'll have
because-
to fix that. We'll get
Yeah.
Pal a hat.
Now I
Yes.
can just see the Fallout 4 bowler hats on the Mr. Handies now, and it's like, yes, one of our quests is we have to get Pal a hat. In fact, you know, I go as far as to say that if Casher or Olivia had kept their party hat from Vault 76, they could possibly put that on Pal. Pal is unique in that it was an experimental Mr. Gutsy that, well, it knew how to fight in a war, but was a little too sassy. It was designed to be sassy, but it was just too sassy, and you can't have an ultra sassy robot going around the battlefield because, well, SAS doesn't follow orders. SAS would rather spend its time debating orders and telling you that those orders were wrong. The line was decommissioned, but PAL possibly could be the last remaining PAL operational. You spent most of your time after the war, after orders stopped coming through, kind of just drifting around Appalachia, up and down, through the Toxic Valley, through the forest, down to Ash Heap, back round. So you know your way around. Probably a few dinks on the armour now. Possibly where a super sledge has gone straight into the top of the chassis.
How
But
difficult are parts to find for PAL if they're the end of a line?
Well, they're an experimental unit, but they still share the same sort of robot anatomy of a Mr. Gutsy, which of itself is a derivative of the Mr. Handy. So parts aren't... Brand new parts are definitely rare. Salvaging older parts isn't too difficult. There's a military base, down in the forest that has a whole host of Mr. Gutsies that you could go and disassemble for parts if you needed them. Assuming you turn them off first.
I mean, we could butcher some of them, I suppose.
Emily can fix him. Emily did that.
So, you've all heard of this job. You don't know how much it pays. You only know where it is. Do you want to go and have a look? And go chase down this lead?
So we know of the job. Are we in a position to decide just sally forth and go and do the job, or do we need to go ask more questions about the job?
You know where the job is and roughly what it is. Around here, that's probably all you need. These people don't know the specifics, they just know it's over at the Wayward, and that's where the people are looking for work.
Okay, so the Wayward is where we want to go for more information.
Yes.
Right.
Which means a nice, lovely trip back towards Vault 76.
Yay! Nostalgia! Yay!
It's a nostalgia trip.
Please don't go back in, Kashra.
But
Don't do it.
fine.
Is there anything anyone would want to do around Foundation before you perhaps wanted to depart?
Do we have enough supplies? We should pack for a trip. Has everybody got sunscreen? I hear that's important when going on a trip.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Because we'll definitely live long enough to get skin cancer.
The thing is, if we eliminate the things that might kill us, then we'll live forever, yes? And, sunscreen helps eliminate the chance of skin cancer, so that's one thing less to worry about, I suppose.
Except everything is radioactive, so, we'll probably get cancer from something else.
We'll figure... There's Radaway? Radex? We have Radaway and
Do you
Radex.
have any Radaway and Radex?
No, Radex and Radaway
I
are very expensive.
I looked to the doctor. The doctor should
Probably
have
more
these
than 30
things.
caps.
What? Do I actually have any caps?
You all probably have somewhere between 10 and 30 caps.
yes.
Not a lot. You're well fed, you're well hydrated, and you're well slept.
I may have missed the part where I get some caps to begin with.
I
But
believe
then
you
again,
get
I'm
10.
kicked out of the vault, so
Yeah, I think
maybe I don't have caps yet.
I think all vault dwellers are off with 10.
Yes, we have 10.
Okay.
I have 2 Stein packs, so
That's good.
There, you've got
Something.
some
That's
healing. Yeah, you've got enough supplies to get you there. You're well fed, well hydrated. You may need to get something when you're there, but you know that the Wayward's an inn. So you could definitely rest up when you get there.
Yes.
We're talking about an 8-hour trip here. 8 to 6, maybe 8 to 6 hours, depending on how lost you get. So you'll definitely get
Don't
them.
worry, I'm trained in this. I'll lead the way.
Just follow the road.
Although,
It'll be easy.
you see, and that is exactly what I was going to suggest. Thankfully, a lot
Following
of
the
the roads.
road, or-
Yeah, thankfully, a lot of roads in Appalachia still are serviceable. They're a bit broken, they're a bit up and down. There's a few bits missing here and there, but the roads are still roughly serviceable. I imagine you're all going to kind of depart, kind of set off. I'm going to say that you're probably going to go onto Highway 62 and then try and go northbound up the Route 87. As that kind of loops back towards Charleston and then up from Charleston up towards the Wayward. It's probably the safest route.
Most likely. Really quickly,
Go on.
can Emily? I almost called her Charlotte. Been playing Charlotte too much. Can Emily find a map of Appalachia before, like?
I'll say
Before
that
they leave?
all of you have a map of some sort. For example, our Vault Dwellers will probably have the Tricentennial map. The Vault Head Maid. The rest of you probably have kind of like tourist destination ones, or the ones that used to be at the Ranger Watchtowers. Those kind of maps. So you all have a
Pal
rough
just had
idea.
it all in their head somewhere.
Pal, yeah, no, Pal probably has it all downloaded via GPS, but also has a map that's sort of like folded into the compartment, sort of like coming out slightly. Because you never know when a map might come in handy to a robot. I mean, how Pal gets it out and actually reads it with one pincer is completely beyond me.
Like I said,
Probably
I
has a
assumed that
family.
there would be a map in Pal's brain. I didn't expect it to be quite
Literally
literal, but
in the
Literally.
brain.
Literally.
Look, you know, Gutsies and they don't have like they have memory banks. If they've seen a place, they'll remember it, but they don't have the world navigation data downloaded into them. So they unfortunately have to rely on memory.
well, Pal is old. They've been around.
Yeah, Pal knows roughly
That
where you're
is
going.
true.
Pal
Pal
knows where you're
probably
going.
knows where they're going, but
Yeah.
like he also probably has most of his like hard drive is just sassy comebacks.
Pal's only marginally older than all of you, okay? Although he looks younger.
So
He moisturizes.
as we get onto Highway 62, in front of you is the extremely well kept and verdant greens of the White Spring Golf Resort. A lovely, lush resort that, despite all the nuclear annihilation, is green as it ever was. To be honest, looking in through the brick fences, you probably wouldn't have told the war had gone on. Unfortunately, you can't really go causing trouble there because there is quite literally an army of robots there. We're talking Assaultrons, we're talking Gutsies, we're talking Sentry Bots.
I mean, you say we can't
said
cause
cap-
trouble there.
You
We can cause trouble. We shouldn't.
Yes.
look,
Shouldn't be in the key word.
yes, anyone with any like basic level of survival instinct would know that going up against the White Spring Resort security is probably a death sentence.
When you say it's green, it's a healthy green, not a radioactive green.
Healthy green, fully green grass. It's literally a normal golf course with greens and bunkers and roughs. It's like a little verdant little
Ghouls.
paradise. And ghouls, yes, there are ghouls hidden in quite a lot of the golfing shacks and little holiday lets. But the main resort itself, the very back, is basically well fortified with robots, to the point where no one has really been able to mess with them. So much so that the responders have moved in, basically using the robots as kind of bodyguards to protect them. But we don't have to worry ourselves about that. We're going to the Wayward. We're going away from the golf course.
As Emily passes the golf course,
Mhm.
she's going to like look around to see if there are any sentry bots. looking that
There
way?
are no sentry bots looking in your direction. Most of them are situated to the main entrance to the west of you. You're going east. They're more to the west.
All right.
You're kind of
And
on
she's
the
going to, like,
tertiary.
Stealthily try and steal a flower.
Go. I mean, I'll say you take it. You get yourself a nice little yellow flower from one of the flower displays. Okay.
And is now in her hat.
I am going to say this. Emily, Damon, and Pal, you will know this because you've been around here. Vault Dwellers, maybe not so much. I'm going to test Aya on her map knowledge. What is going down that road back towards Charleston? There is something nasty along the way. Can you remember what it is?
Mothman.
And I mean, Mothman.
There is a
can appear
Mothman
there.
spawn that way.
Yes, there is a Mothman spawn that way. I'm thinking more about a Fisher site.
Oh, that is right. There is a Fisher site there, isn't there?
Yes, because it's the one that captures all the new players out, because the road takes you that way for the main quest, and suddenly you hit a Fisher site.
Yes, it's where my base is. So we're
And then
constantly
you-
getting attacked by scorch beasts.
Yes,
It's great.
and that's when you run past them and run to the White Spring Resort as quickly as you can, so the robots can come and get involved in the fight. You will know that the site is there, so you know to go around it. However, you don't necessarily know how close you are to it. So, first skill check of the game. I am going to need a group check on this. So, brief interlude to explain to everyone at home who's watching and to all our players who may or may not have forgotten. Skill checks in Fallout 2D20 are done rolling 2D20, and then you can buy additional dice. They are done by pairing a special attribute with a skill. Add those two numbers up, they give you a target number. Now, unlike a certain Dragon TTRPG, we are actually looking to go below the number, not above it. Which means in this game, Nat 1s are critical, Nat 20s are critical failures. Now,
There's a slight chance that my dice rolls might be useful.
now, group checks are even extra special. Because in a group check, the way it works is one of you is the primary skill taker, who will do a normal skill check. The rest of you are assisting. So you need to nominate one of you to do the check, and the rest of you will roll an assist check, which is just 1d20. Now, I will tell you, this is a DC 3 perception plus survival, or intelligence plus survival. So you need to nominate one person to lead the check.
I have a couple of abilities in survival.
My perception is 7 and my intelligence is 8, so
Intelligence plus survival, yeah. Or perception plus survival.
perception or intelligence. So
Yeah.
they're 7 or 8.
I got 8 in both, and
Okay,
2 in survival.
so you should do the check.
Yeah. Go for it.
I
Okay.
blame the parents.
Okay, so like I said, that Kastra is the main one for this. So you will roll 2d20. You can use your AP to buy additional dice for you and you only.
Do we want? So the AP are a group thing.
Yes, the AP.
So I am going to discuss this. Do we want me to use one of the AP, and I have 3 dice for this?
So effectively,
You're
you
getting
are.
help from everyone.
Yes.
Too, so
However, I
I
will
don't
say
think we need
this.
to waste the AP.
I will
Use
say
them all.
this.
Use them all.
So there's one golden rule to a group check. The group only add their successes to the main person if the main person scores at least 1. If the main person scores 0, no one's checks counts.
Use them all.
So you have
Doesn't
5
sound
AP It's 1 AP for the first extra dice, 2 for the second, 3 for the third.
Okay, based on that, I really want to use at least 1 AP to buy another die. Just, now that it's all like, if I fail this, then nothing counts.
Can you not choose to use the AP after you've rolled?
No.
You like roll, fail, and then
You-
be like, oh, I'll use another AP to try
No.
again.
You have to
No, okay.
you have to declare how many dice you're buying before you roll them.
Okay.
Otherwise, you know how many bonus successes you could generate. Therefore, you could scam the system.
You can.
Hmm,
Wait, are
I
you the
see.
one without luck though?
Yes, Kasha is the
Oh.
one without luck.
So Cashmere can't even use their luck to rerun.
Luck, he has one. You can
I've got
use
1
one.
luck point. I'm not entirely sure I want to spend that at the start, but this is why I'm very good at what I do. I don't need to rely on luck. I can just rely. So, if I click survival, it's going to roll it as an insurance. So, am I manually rolling this?
If you click on, you see it says special in your character sheet. So you see where it says, where is it? Survival. It says endurance. If you click on endurance, I believe you can change that to the stat you want to put it to temporarily.
Okay, I got it.
The special is just there as a recommendation as to what it should be.
Yep.
So
I'm going to take an AP.
Okay. So you're rolling 3d20 and you are doing, was it perception plus survival?
I'm doing intelligence
Intelligence
survival.
plus survival.
But it's same numbers.
Okay, so what is your survival?
Oh, and my survival is a 2, my intelligence is an 8, my target was a 10,
10, yeah.
and I got a 2, a 3, and an 8.
Ooh, so you scored 3 successes across the board. So you on your own automatically pass the check without the need of anybody else. However,
Woohoo!
everybody else, please roll me your 1d20 for whether you pass or fail, because you can generate extra. Oh no! Hal has rolled a 20, which is a complication. And so has Emily.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Let me...
useful.
You were useful, but unfortunately the rest of your party completely seem to have let you down.
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
I think if you press the roll to
Yes.
assist on Castra's roll,
Will that work?
I think that will create one for you, I believe.
Right. Let's see.
Under the rope.
You'll have to excuse us. Roll20 is pretty new to us on the Fallout system.
It- If that's not working, on the left-hand side, like above the question mark, is the die. If you hover over that, you can just click your.
I think there's a quick roll button on your character sheets as well.
Is there?
Yeah, I want to say that is it the top left?
Oh.
There's the little
Oh
next to
my-
the
Oh,
Oh.
God, people.
what? How
Why
are you
can't I-
rolling? Why are
why
you
can't
all
I roll a
rolling?
d20 when I need it?
Okay, so I wanna just narrate what's happened here for everyone at home.
Oh dear.
We have rolled 8 d20s, and we have managed to get 3, I repeat, 3 nat 20s. If this was D&D, we'd be laughing all the way to the bank. But this is Fallout. Okay, so the good news is, there is no such thing as critical failure. You pass if you have no successes, regardless of the number of 20s that you roll. 20s just add complications at the end. And I can think of only one really nice complication for this, and I am so sorry. I'm
No,
not
you're not.
sorry.
You'll look
I'm
fine.
not. Okay. So I'm going to say this. Castra is good enough to get you around the Fisher site. You don't alert the Scorch that are patrolling there. Unfortunately, Emily, Damon, and Pal are probably having an argument halfway through sneaking past this Fisher site, or doing something to make some noise. As you begin to hear rumblings and screeches coming from the bottom of the pit.
Uh-oh.
I will say that knowing your knowledge of being here, a Scorch Beast is probably about to come straight out of that hole if you do not get out of here very, and I mean very, quickly. For Pal, Pal, Emily, and Damon definitely have probably seen a Scorch Beast before traveling around. They are heavily mutated bats. Heavily mutated, super large bats that are the main carriers of the Scorched Plague that is ravaging Appalachia. They are quite possibly the root of all evil.
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that's bad.
Very bad.
Oh dear.
Can we leave?
Run!
Now, because I'm not going to make you roll to run away, I'm going to say that you do run away, but you can't run straight down the road. You have to sort of bolt kind of more towards... You kind of do what most new players do when they hit it. You kind of decide, we're going back to the golf course because there's robots there that might protect us. So you kind of bolt in that direction. The Scorched Beast doesn't pursue you. You're fine. It does cost you an extra half hour, though, in travel time. As you kind of have to go around the long way to avoid disturbing the nest again. Okay, never ask for group checks again, because that will inevitably happen. Okay, that's fine. The rest of the journey is quiet. There's a couple of Scorched around, but they're mostly just frozen. Scorched, who are generally undisturbed for a long period of time, become frozen in place. So as long as you don't get too close, you don't tend to trigger them. You see a couple of Brotherhood soldiers who are on a road. Probably best to give them a wide berth rather than getting tangled in whatever the Brotherhood's trying to do this week. You make your way up north, up Route 82, heading towards the Wayward. For both Kashra and Livia, kind of like memory starts to kick back in. You've been down these roads before. You recognize these trees. The forest is called the forest because it is such a lovely green, forested expanse that harbors a lot of plant life, mutated, mind you, but a lot of nice plant life. Compared to the ash heap, where it's dark and there's smoke all the time, or the toxic valley at the top, where it's just constant, radiation pockets and very irradiated water. The forest is relatively calm, and it's a much nicer place to be. Going up past Flatwoods, which we'll loop back to later, we arrive at the Wayward. The Wayward is an inn, set up to help travellers going north to south from Charleston to Morgantown. Also to help any latecomers from Vault 76 who may be a little in over their head. So, you notice for sure that those water pumps that, you were told were busted, even from the outside without going to inspect them, they definitely are busted. Even from this range, you can see that. Aside from that, it's a nice little inn. It looks constructed by hand. This isn't a natural structure. This looks more like people have moved broken down camper homes and rebuilt them into like a new configuration. There's a couple people milling out outside, just like general settlers. Not particularly talkative or trusting, kind of just beckoning you to go inside if you want to talk to somebody. They're busy. The only thing you do see of particular interest is a sentry bot. However, the sentry bot has had both of its guns taken off it and has been repainted in, I was going to say cow camouflage, in cow print. It's been painted to look like a cow.
Moo.
Comforting moo. That actually became me and my fiance's way of comforting each other after a while. After playing 76, we just go comforting moo. We couldn't think of what to say to each other. But that sucks. Have a comforting moo. What
does Pal think about the cow robot? That's been mutilated. His guns have been removed.
Yeah. Pal would look at that and
Well, that's that's kind of what happens when you get a little too gun crazy. Lucky.
Guess you could say that was a bad move.
How is it like being neutered when you get your guns removed?
It's worse than getting neutered. I mean, I wouldn't know because you know.
and Pal hold up his buzzsaw arm and his laser gun.
Fully intact, baby.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you all go inside to have a look. Okay.
Yes.
The inside of the Wayward is naturally dark. A lot of places now in Appalachia, the internals tend to be quite dark. Running electricity is quite rare. And if it is, most bulbs now have gone past their standard shelf life, so they give a much dimmer light than what they maybe would have given out 100 or maybe even 50 years ago. It's quite quiet. The only people you see are a woman behind the bar and a ghoul sort of sitting at the very far end of the bar. Aside from that, no one else seems to be here. The woman kind of looks over as you walk in, kind of invites you forward. It's like, new people. It's always nice to meet new people. What brings you around to the Wayward?
Well, a quest, obviously. We wouldn't visit this shithole otherwise.
You see the woman's nose kind of immediately sort of recoils in kind of not disgust, but kind of like you get the impression you actually tell you what, no. Let's do this. Let's do this properly. Give me a charisma plus barter.
Me?
Yes, you.
I tried to
DC,
shoot first. Just
do
in
you
case.
Charisma plus barter DC 2.
So I click barter, right? And then
Mhm.
how do I do that? How do I do that then? Additional dice.
So okay, so you obviously so by default you are I pressed the wrong button for someone. So by default it's 2d20. You can spend AP to buy additional dice. It's a DC 2 check, so you will need to pass both of your 2d20s. Unless you want to spend some of the group AP on buying some more dice.
Okay, but how do I add my charisma to that?
It does it
like-
automatically. Because barter's a charisma skill by default.
Ah, okay, because you said charisma plus barter, so
Yeah.
I was okay. But okay, fair enough.
That's
Then I
fine.
just I clicky click, and let's see.
Ooh.
No.
Well, you're aiming for a 4, so odds weren't good anyway.
Okay. Yeah, she's not impressed at all in this kind of like way of saying hello. The consequence
Could
for
you
that.
please ignore the robot? We generally they get a little moody at times.
Well, maybe learn to. Well, actually, I tell a lie. I can kind of relate to that. I usually have a robot here who's quite sassy too.
Yeah, they seem to get that defect after a while. We were thinking about maybe turning them off and on again and seeing if that helps, but they're a little bit resistant to it.
It's not a defect, it's a feature.
What I will say is that unfortunately, because you failed the check and offended the woman, the cap reward for the quest has gone down by 10 caps.
Oh.
You're welcome.
So
I was like, I don't care. What do I need money for?
Right?
So aside from being offended in my own bar, what brings the rest of you here?
Well, I do believe I shouldn't be the one talking. I probably shouldn't be the one talking. I do believe you have there may be an offer of work around here. That's what I've heard.
We're here for work.
To help.
Well, this is a very bizarre ragtag group of workers.
Miscreants?
I was going to say slightly offensive robot companions, but oh well. I am indeed looking for work. I am looking for someone to help me find salvage to repair my water purifiers at the back. It's the last thing I need to make the Wayward profitable. You can't be running in with no potable water. We grow crops here, and using irradiated water is not the best for growing crops. I bought some junk from a junk dealer that unfortunately rusted away quicker than I originally anticipated, which has kind of left me in a bit of a pickle.
I mean, I can take a look at that.
If you want to take a look, be my guest, but I do think it's definitely going to need some form of parts.
We have a robot.
Watch it, toots.
Well, we established earlier we can get spares for you elsewhere.
If I was to make a suggestion, there's a couple of places in Flatwoods down the town down to the south that may be worth having a look around. They may have the junk that could be salvaged into parts for me. If you're able and willing, I politely ask that you go and rummage through these locations, find suitable bits of scrap, bring them back here, and we can see if we can make some sort of fix for the water purifiers.
I would like to take a look at the water purifiers to get an idea of what we're actually looking for. So like, if it's a couple of springs that are missing, then we could just go out and look for any kind of spring. If it's so like a very specific part, then we're looking for that very specific part. I know my way around.
Yeah,
a little.
The purifiers are outside. But what I will say is, from walking in, you definitely saw that the damage was extensive. This isn't going to be a simple case of put a few tiny little bits in and it'll work. It looks like half the unit needs to come off.
I'll be the judge of that.
You can take a look later to see if you can simplify the repair. But you're definitely going to get some form of material.
Do you have a list of what you need?
Oh, sure. You'll see that she turns behind her, goes to a little table behind her, begins scribbling down on some paper, and hands it over to you. It's all very trivial bits of junk. You see the two places that she's written down that you may find these places, these sort of equipment, is the Voltech Agricultural Research Center and the Sunshine Meadows Industrial Farm. These are the two places you're most likely to find all this stuff. I mean, the Agricultural Research Centre, it work in hydroponics. It makes sense that they'd have things related to water filtration there. Same with the farm. They probably had, bits that could be salvaged there that may be of some use to us. Go around, see what you can find. Piece of advice, don't agitate the Mr. Farmhands. They get a bit weird every now and again and occasionally need to be reprogrammed. They're generally peaceful unless you provoke them. But I'm willing to offer you 40 caps to do this, and also a free night in the motel at the back.
How much do you charge for a night in the motel?
Normally 10 caps per person.
Can I just get my 10 caps and you can have the night?
Well, I didn't anticipate the robot actually needing it.
Yeah, do you sleep?
Yeah.
But I definitely would appreciate if you could look into this for me.
I have a question.
Yep.
These water purifiers, do they look like? Would they be classed as an item per se?
They're a machine more than an item. To give you this idea, these purifiers are probably about one-story tall. They're like pipes going into the river nearby, and are just pulling water out to these huge tanks, purifying them and spitting it out through an outlet pipe the other side.
Okay, so I couldn't use my jury rigging perk to just repair them kind of cheaply get the caps.
The jury rigging perk probably could help you alongside possibly Kashra to reduce the amount of salvage you would need to fix it. You may be able to lower the requirements, but you're still going to need some form of parts.
Okay, I was hoping we could just do a really shoddy job to get the money and then leave. We're never coming back here again.
You said you wanted it fixed. You didn't say you wanted it fixed well.
Exactly.
And
you want to say something?
yes. You see, you
Oh,
can't.
yeah, I was gonna ask what the hotel policy was on pets.
It's fine. I'm okay with. I wouldn't really call a dog a pet. It's more of a companion.
If they've got a Kai robot, they have to let a dog in.
Well, I call him a pet because he likes pets.
It's fine. Your dog is allowed in. It's fine. Don't worry about that. Is there anything else you want?
I mean, we've been walking now for 8 hours. Do you have food here? I'm hungry.
Okay.
So much walking. No vending machines.
She will sell you food and water.
Do we get it at a reduced price because we're helping?
Well, this is what I'm going to say. One of you can give me a charisma and speech check. This was supposed to be DC 3, but I'm going to say that because Mr. I'm an Offensive Robot has got her back up a bit, it's now a DC 4.
Oh, well, never mind. I was going to say, I can do it because I have a special ability that allows me to reroll fails.
Who's charismatic?
But my charisma is only
I think Emily
Oh, it's 7. It's fine. It's 7. It's fine.
Oh, nice.
So remember, if you have speech as a tag skill, your critical range is bigger than 1.
And I have speech as a tag skill.
Yes, so your critical range will be your tag skill number lower. So obviously, if you score a critical, it counts as double success.
Okay.
I think
So,
Emily
I
should do the
it
talking from now on.
And she's got a
then? Emily
dog.
doesn't mind.
Stop breaks the
And
ice.
I've got a dog. You can make little puppy
Is
eyes
there-
at people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a
puppy dog
mute
eyes.
button on PAL, perhaps?
Yeah, it's in my rear compartment. Just stick your finger in.
Not after last night.
Oh god. Okay. So DC
Oh dear.
4. So it's 2d20. If you want to buy any additional dice, take it from the group pool. You've got 4
No, I won't.
left, haven't you?
I don't want to buy any from anybody. I don't want to waste them. I'm too nice.
Okay, so bear in
let's-
mind that if you don't buy dice, you need to roll double critical.
To get
This is
this
DC
right.
4, yes.
Can we not assist at all in this?
I
For
will
those
say
of us
that
who are
I will say
being
for those
polite?
of you who did not offend, may elect to assist.
I still think Emily should buy dice.
Just
You
don't
think
stop.
Emily should buy 1 dice? Just...
Yeah,
Okay,
just like one
well-
dice, because if we get a lot of successes, we might be able to get the dice back.
Back,
But
yes.
That's true.
then
Okay.
again, what are we gaining out of this? If we do actually succeed, what do we think we're going to get out of this? Apart
Free.
from
Cheaper food.
Cheaper food, possibly free food even.
yeah.
Nothing
Yes.
for me. 'cause I don't
Nothing
eat
for the
food.
robot, no.
So I vote
Well,
against.
maybe she has a
using
desk
the-
fan. Maybe she has like a desk fan that
yeah.
we can like feed you. I don't know.
You got some.
I don't-
If we give you nuts and bolts, is that your trail mix?
Oil?
What kind of racist robot propaganda is this shit? I don't eat desk fans and nuts and bolts. What the,
I
what the
read
hell?
it in a pamphlet once.
Well,
I
I'm
guess I
proud
should
that you
stop
can
reading
read.
comic books.
Mm.
Okay. Rolling.
Okay, so
So I
3D
roll-
3D20 looking for on this one. So if you do your charisma
Wow.
speed.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
No
Okay.
successes whatsoever.
Okay.
how
So-
is it that I'm the only person who's rolled a success so far?
18, 11, and 7, and the target was 9. So I will say that
We
skill
can't assist
checks.
on that, can we?
No,
You're
you
gonna
can't
double the
success.
price of the food now.
So what I will say is that
Oh, no
level
failures.
1, yeah, no critical failures. Rolling skill checks at level 1 is brutal because your skills are so low that the success range is narrow. As you level up, that range will get slightly bigger. Plus, you'll be able to take perks. Perks can give you free dice for certain checks that you don't have to pay AP for. You can, of course, elect to succeed at a cost.
I don't think it's worth it.
Actually, I can re-roll d20 on charisma saves because I have formal attire.
There you go.
So I can
Ooh.
re-roll one.
Just re-roll the check.
Just re-roll the entire check.
Just re-roll the check. Screw it. You're wearing formal attire.
How do I do that?
Just-
click this.
Just re-click it. Yeah, do 3 dice,
Okay.
and we'll see what we go through this time. Hey, double 1. Double 1 and a 12. That's 4 successes. But you don't gain.
Thank
any
you, formal
AP.
attire.
You sort of see that your first couple of sentences kind of make her go, but then you kind of like pull on the trench coat slightly and then sort of like recompose yourself and kind of get your act together. I will
Can
say
assists generate AP?
assists can generate AP. So
Okay, so-
if I'm as a bit of a advice, you normally have to declare assists before they roll, and to be fair, you did declare assists before they roll, so feel free to anyone who wants to roll the assist. I will say that Pal cannot roll the assist. So just 1d20, and the target range is your charisma plus speech.
If it's attack skill, is it any different?
Attack skill increases your range for criticals.
Okay.
So yeah, so Castro fails.
but not critically.
Not critically, no. So, yeah, no, okay. Again, no critical failure.
Never mind.
Is Damon going to give it a go?
I'll give it a go. Oh,
Ooh, okay, so you get 1 success because you only roll 1d20. But what I will say is that means 1 AP can now go back into the pool.
Oh.
So you have regained the one that you spent.
Yay.
So we're back to 4, I believe. The party. I'm just looking at my AP going, I need to spend some of that soon.
I'm keeping track of it, don't worry.
She notices that it's late, and decides to bump the offer up to 2 nights. She'll put you up for tonight if you agree to go in the morning. She'll cover your food and drink for the night.
Yay.
Yeah.
So she'll let you all go to the motels. The motels are actually outside of the Wayward. So you've got the Wayward Inn itself, like the bar and the restaurant, if you want to call it that. A couple of tables and a few chairs. And then at the back behind the Brahmin pen is about 4 different motel rooms. It's basically one very long camper van or caravan that's been divvied up into different little bedrooms. Unfortunately, there isn't one for Pal, so Pal is going to have to stay in one of your rooms.
I mean, Pal doesn't need to sleep, so they could keep the Brahmin company.
They could keep the Brahmin company.
The Brahmin can't sass them back.
No, but they can move back.
It's a perfect opportunity for Pal to try to sass them in moo talk. Think of it as a learning experience.
If Pal wants, he can stay with Schmooples and Emily. Emily doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Aww.
Okay. So we're going to rest, so you don't lose any food, water on your bars, and you are classed as being well rested because you've had a good night's sleep in a proper bed with safety and security.
Like being in the vault all over again.
Exactly. Just a little bit dirtier and a little
The
bit louder.
vault wasn't as drafty, though.
No.
Because you are well rested, your maximum HP increases by 2 till your next sleep.
Is that all of our?
That is, I'm gonna say that I think traditionally the Gutsies don't get the effect of well rested, because you get other perks instead.
Racist. Fair enough.
Wait, quick question: what is Pal's HP?
13.
Yeah, I before well rested is 6. So
That's your fault for being a filthy meatbag.
racist.
Wow.
Yeah, let me, while you guys mark your extra AP, give me a second. I'm just going to verify that I don't actually think robots can get the, creating your character, Brotherhood, Ghoul, Super Mutant, Mr. Handy. Let's
It's
have
all
a look.
good.
Yeah.
I probably can't because, like, yeah, it doesn't sleep, doesn't need food or water.
No, but you do get 360 vision.
Ooh.
You have 360 vision and improved sensory system that can detect smells, chemicals, and radiation, reducing the difficulty of perception tests that rely on sight and smell by 1. You're also immune to radiation and poison damage, but you cannot use chems, nor can you benefit from food, drink, or rest. You move by jet propulsion by hovering over the ground, which means you're unaffected by difficult terrain.
Sweet.
Also, basically, if anyone tries to sneak up on you, their difficulty goes up by 1 because you're more perceptive than everybody else. Because you've also got the recon combat sensors mod as well, haven't you?
Yep.
So yeah, it's very difficult for enemies to get the jump on Pal.
So who wants me to sleep in the room now, huh?
Okay.
It's not that I don't want you in there. It's just I'm afraid you might murder me in my sleep.
Emily has got Schmickles
Fair.
to make sure that he doesn't do that.
Which is
And
oddly
I don't think that she really is, like, she's not too worried about Pal killing her in her sleep. Maybe sassing her in her sleep.
Just not.
Emily's too cute for that. And Pal's probably... Now, Pal probably doesn't care about how cute Emily is.
No. Not really, no.
Okay, what I'm going to say is, while we're all well rested, this is going to be a good time for us to take a quick break, because us meatbags probably do need a toilet and to get some water refills. So we're going to take a quick 5-10 minute break to recuperate, and we will see you in about 5 to 10 minutes. Hope you stick around. See you then.
See you
Can't
soon.
wait to see you.
Oh, there we go. I pressed the wrong button. Okay, I pressed the starting button, not the main button. I got so distracted from you guys going 3, 2. It's like I lost my count. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you had a good break, good rest. I think we should dive straight into this. I think. The night goes well for the Wayward. It's nice. It's relaxing. You get your food, you get your water. That goes through perfectly fine. What you do in the morning, we do kind of notice that a fog has kind of descended over the forest. Not a dense fog. Nothing that kind of like obstructs your view too much, but enough that you can see the sunlight, the rays of sunlight piercing through the trees. Adds a very kind of eerie view to the forest.
The air quality out here is terrible. I miss the vault.
That just gives you what you need for the morning. Unfortunately, it's radiated food. It's not unradiated food, unfortunately. That's a luxury you can't afford at the moment. And points you further down the road towards the town of Flatwoods.
Before we set off, can I take a look at the
By all
water
means.
purifier and just see what we need and just make sure there's nothing missing off the list, and if there's anything that I feel we could skip off the list.
Okay. Make me a DC1 intelligence plus repair.
Can Pal join him?
I could say Pal can assist, yeah.
That's 2 successes.
Okay. Let me...
God, people.
I'll stop helping, I promise.
See, my
No,
D-
keep helping. It's going to be glorious at some point. Either gloriously bad or gloriously spectacular.
So,
But keep helping.
the good news is 19 is not a critical failure. It would be if it was a risky job, but this isn't risky. This is team. So the complication range stays at 20. It was a DC1 check, so you gain 1 AP for the party pool. You can elect to spend it. If you want to... you can spend an AP to ask me a question about the situation, and I have to answer honestly. I am legally not allowed to lie.
So I can spend this AP straight away
Yes.
if I ask you the question. Okay. How many
Yes.
AP we on at the moment? 5. Okay. We've been given 2 locations that we
Mhm.
want to scout out.
Yep.
I'm going to ask the question.
Mhm.
Do we need to go to both locations? And if we only need to go to one of them, which is the most fortuitous for us to visit?
So I will say that on your success, to fix this, you'd have needed about 24 units of materials to fix this. With the way that you've examined it, that's now down to 16 materials required to fix this. In answer to your question, I can't say for certain. It depends very much on how you loot both locations. It is indeed possible to get enough salvage from one location. That's down to randomness. If I was going to put money on which one has the most, I would say that the Vault Tech Agricultural Center is definitely the better of the 2 places.
Okay.
But also theoretically the most dangerous because it has the Mr. Farmhands.
Yes. The beauty about that is that while I have to tell you the truth, I don't have to tell you the whole truth. I can choose to omit parts as long as I don't tell a lie. So yes, you are right. There are Mr. Farmhands there, but I chose to omit that part.
The thing is, based on what you've said, that is we might be able to get all the parts from the other location, but we might not. We're
You
more
might
likely
not.
to get all the parts we need from
The
the other
agricultural center.
location, although it is got the
More challenging.
Yeah.
more challenging. I mean, my dice rolls have been good, so I'm so like good to go for the challenging route. But however, how are we all feeling on that?
We haven't tried to go that challenge,
Yeah.
bit of a challenge, possibly. We could be lucky.
We could be, and if
Maybe
we
not
do
Castro,
get-
but the rest of us might be lucky.
See, you don't need luck; you just need skill, and that's what I'm trained in. Skills.
See, I'm not lucky, but I do have a particular set of skills.
Do you want to find out what those skills are?
I'll say that Kestra and Olivia probably don't know this. I imagine you probably haven't been around Flatwoods a lot. You've been probably walked through there. The Overseer did send you in that direction after the camp. But you didn't really hang around for very long. You kind of went straight to Morgantown afterwards. The Vault Tech Agricultural Center is the closest. You'd have to pass the Agricultural Center to get to the farm.
No,
And-
then, may as well go
I
there
suppose
first.
we'll- we might
Duchess
as well go
did
in.
point out, the person who owns the bar, I can't remember if I said her name or not, did point out that the farmhands aren't necessarily hostile. They can become hostile.
So, do we know
Neutral.
as a group what causes them to go hostile? I mean, we could sneak around. That's not likely to make them hostile, I'd guess.
None of you know why they go hostile. Every now and again, they seem to go hostile, and anyone who has a radio, which at this point is only people wearing Pip-Boys, realize that it trips some sort of automatic radio broadcast that alerts people to the fact that the robots have now, the farm hands have gone rogue. And the only place that can shut them down is the agricultural center.
Is that somewhere in the agricultural center or the people
Somewhere
in the
within it.
agricultural center? Okay. How big's the agricultural center?
You wouldn't know.
Okay, team. How big's the agricultural?
Yes.
It's bigger than this.
I would say probably none of you have been in there before to loot. You may have gone in passing, but not enough to
how
get
big's
its
the
size.
outside?
The outside is... It's about the size of an average factory.
2 stories.
2-story. With some greenhouses at the back.
And is that where we're likely to find the loot, though?
Yes, that's the best place.
So we can sneak in,
Mhm.
start looting, look for the off switch just in case they go rogue, tune the Pip-Boys to them going rogue, and hope for the best.
I mean,
Well, I like this plan.
yep.
Okay.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I'm worried you're all just agreeing with my plans.
What does Pal think about this?
Well, I have my own off switch right here, and he'll like pull up his laser gun hand.
Okay, so...
So part of our agreement was that like we get fed, right?
Yes.
Even though Pal doesn't like consume food,
Mm-hmm.
he would still request to get a portion of food, and he would just dump it into like his container or his, I don't know, he has like a storage container thing. So like he'll dump just the food and the water in there, and it will just kind of be resting at the bottom with his spare ammunition.
Ew. That's gonna smell after a while.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to smell after a
Also,
while.
worst case scenario is it's technically emergency rations for the rest of us.
In a
What?
pinch.
How bad does the emergency have to be? On a scale of 1 to Pal's meat food, do we?
It might also be slightly more irradiated because I have a nuclear core.
I mean, it's got to be better than eating a bullet, right?
So, heading off to the agricultural centre. Okay.
Stealthily.
Stealthily. Okay. So, I'm not going to make you do another group stealth to get to Flatwoods. We've ascertained what happens when we do group stealth checks. You pass
That was a survival check.
Survival, stealth, they're the same thing. They both involve a level of perception and agility. Stats this party seem to lack.
Yes.
So you pass a couple of Brotherhood initiates on the way. They've kind of set up a bit of almost like a roadblock. They sort of just let you wave through, just making sure everyone's safe. Going down
What's
the
our
road-
attitude like?
That's up to you. I mean, the Brotherhood are friendly. You know, they're not. They're initiates. They're wearing military fatigues and carrying pipe rifles. These aren't They're not wearing the full regalia. They don't have power armor. They don't have laser rifles. These are very much new recruits.
I just wanted an initial sort of like, what's their attitude to, outsiders? If it's good, then okay. I just curious. more than anything.
Yeah, no. So, well, I will say most of you all of you would encounter the Brotherhood in Appalachia at some point. Compared to other Brotherhood branches, the Appalachian branch is very open to outsiders. Very kind of Bubbles pen.
Yes.
I was staring at the camera when
Yes,
why
it
is
is.
there a Bubbles pen?
It's a mini me.
yeah, no, they pass the vibe check. This Brotherhood, at least on the outside.
Yep.
You get deeper into Flatwoods itself. You come across one of these Mr. Farmhands. So, a Mr. Farmhand is a standard Mr. Handy model that unfortunately lost 2 of its arms. They only seem to have 1 arm, which is their buzzsaw. They've lost their flame and they've lost their pincer. The only thing that kind of discerns them as being a farmhand is the fact they seem to wear straw hats.
We could have at least painted on overalls.
That's
mean,
true.
Yeah, Voltec didn't think about it. Mr. Farmhands.
Do you have any spare paint? Do it when you get there.
Shut them down first.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, the farmhands are just kind of like default. They're there basically to harvest crops. That's what they use the buzzsaw for. It's kind of like cut crops. The agricultural center was kind of a experiment from Voltec to see if you could automate the entire farming process. Obviously, they were building vaults underground. They needed to figure out how to grow food without natural sunlight. So the research center was kind of looking into how to do that, how to make vaults more sufficient, and not rely on imported food before the war, because rations could run out. Flatwoods is a very eerie, but also beautiful town in the morning. The sun sort of comes in at just the right angle so that the rays of sunlight kind of bounce off this lovely, admittedly damaged white church, which seems to be the centerpiece of this town. It's one main road going through, branching off to a road towards a bridge, in kind of like an L shape. And that's the majority of Flatwoods. There's a couple of houses branching off, a couple of places like that, but generally it's a one-road affair. There are a lot of signs here, old painted signs, a couple of adapted signs mentioning a group called the Responders, but there seems to be no one actually here. Flatwoods looks very much deserted. There are signs pointing to survival courses. Potentially, I would say that either of the 2 vault dwellers may or may not have taken up these self-help survival classes after they left the vault. I will leave that up to either of them as whether they did that or not. But yeah, it's eerily quiet. The only thing that kind of breaks the noise is the occasional sound of, well, both PAL's booster, but also the boosters of the Mr. Farmhands out on the outside, kind of patrolling around the town. The biggest concentration of these farmhands is definitely the agricultural center. So as you turned across that bridge, the agricultural center is on the left-hand side, kind of recessed slightly downhill, and a small embankment to get there. The farmhands are not hostile. At this point, there was one on the bridge as you were crossing it. It doesn't react to you in any way, shape, or form. It's casually minding its own business. And you can see, directly in front of you, looking down toward the agricultural center, you can see the front door.
Is there any side entrances or alternate ways in?
So, I will say, let me just double check. I know the official answer, but I also don't want to give you the official answer. I want to make you work it out. I just need to double check what you can. Give me perception plus survival. Survival is the art of being able to know how to scout locations properly. There isn't a perception plus perception, which is really frustrating.
I mean, it could also be a perception plus sneak. Can I interest you in a perception plus sneak?
Okay, DC 2 perception plus sneak.
There we go. Always barter with you, GMs. I'm not going to spend any AP on this because if it fails, then we'll just use the front door. No, that was just one success.
Yeah, one success. You don't immediately, doing a round of the facility, you don't immediately notice a door. And especially the distance you're at, because you're trying not to get close to this.
Yeah, I'm just having a general
Nosy.
scan.
Yeah, you might be able to find one if you got closer, but from this distance, no, you can't see one. The front door is probably your only entrance.
I'll buy that.
The front entrance has a couple of Mr. Farmhands around it. Again, completely oblivious to your general existence. Just casually.
Well, do you want to go up and deal with the negotiations for these folk? They are your people.
You probably know them, right?
Surely one of them's your cousin.
I mean, they're not my cousins, but they're kind of all cousins because the Mr. Farmhands are kind of inbred, if you get my drift. What's the agricultural center made of? Like, is it a wood building? Is it?
It's a concrete building.
Okay.
Concrete and brick.
Can my buzzsaw cut through concrete and brick?
Oh God, no. No, the second you put
Okay.
a buzzsaw on it, I think the buzzsaw blade will kind of break.
Okay.
Buzzsaws are great for cutting organic matter, not so good at cutting inorganic matter.
I think it also would be a bit, so like frustrate the GM where it's like you got to miss the cutscene. It's like we need a door.
Okay.
Yeah, in front of you is just two wooden double doors that lead to what looks like the reception based on the sign by the side.
Shall we make our way down?
You go
Mr.
ahead.
Powell opened the door with his pincer, and he'll use his buzzsaw and kind of try to emulate a bow and say, "Ladies first."
Is that buzzsaw off?
Yes, the buzzsaw is on.
Okay, so we're all entering inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the agricultural centre is quite musky. It's clear that there's no open windows here. Any moisture that's got sort of stuck inside has kind of been left to fester and kind of linger. The reception that you walk into as you come through, there's a reception desk like right in front of you. Some stairs leading up to what look like potentially some offices. It looks like you could probably find some stuff here to scavenge. You can see a sign at the back. There's like a door at the back of the reception that says like hydroponics in an arrow. suggesting that down the corridor there may be some more things here.
Can I ready an action?
Give it a go.
I would like to ready my action to shoot anything that appears to be hostile. Like
Okay.
the Mr. Farmhands are obviously not hostile, but
No.
like if they look like they're getting ready to attack, or like I don't know, some irradiated bullshit comes at us, then I'm gonna shoot
Okay.
it.
So what I will say is that there's no Mr. Farmhands appear to be in the building. A quick cursory glance of the ground floor kind of confirms there's nothing here. At the back, there's the door that points down towards the basement. But for now, we have the entire upper building to have a look at. So in Fallout, scavenging does take time. There is a time element to scavenging. Because this building has been searched a little bit in the past, it makes actually looking for new stuff a little bit harder. So it's going to take you about 30 minutes to scavenge the upper floors and have a look. It's a group check to scavenge. What I will say is that if Pal wants to spend his time guarding and readying his action to fire first if something comes through, you can't take part in the scavenge check. You're either guarding or you're scavenging.
I'm fine with that. I'm guarding. I'm ready to
Okay.
kill.
Okay. So,
Even if one of these people look like they're
I
getting
was gonna say, what if we start fighting?
Can you clarify?
Yeah.
Getting
What
ready
does
to
hostile
kill-
mean?
if you look at me funny,
Like a capture and then they have a heated disagreement.
I can't help if I look at you funny. That's just my face.
give me a moment. I just need to remember what the scavenge check is. It's a perception plus survival.
Can I interest you in a sneak?
I'm sneakily scavenging.
I'm just a sneaky little guy.
Okay, so I will let you in on this. This is a DC 2 check. Using perception plus survival, one person leading, the remaining 3 assisting. Let me just double check. Scavenging, center main building, mostly. Yep, nope, that's fine. Yeah, perception plus survival. Who would like to do the lead check?
Does anyone have survival as a tech skill?
Not as attack. Does anybody else have ranks in survival?
No, I didn't get a. I have a 5 to my endurance, or my. Why does it say endurance for survival?
You can change it, I think.
Yeah, if you click on
Okay.
there,
If you
it says
click on
endurance.
it,
You can change it.
It was perception, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
perception
Yeah.
plus survival.
Perception. My perception is 7, but I have my dog with me, which can reduce the difficulty of perception tests by 1.
Okay, so if you led the test, it would be a DC 1.
Okay.
Okay. Whereas
Everyone else.
I don't
want
want to hog all of the rolls, but
I don't want to
you know,
either, but I have these.
Well, I'm
First,
aiming for
I
a
have-
10, but
Some
I
pe-
need
yeah.
2 successes. You're aiming for a 9, but only need 1 success.
Mhm.
So the math says you, I believe.
All
to
right.
lead this one.
So perception survival check, and I will roll a dice. I got a success.
Hey, 1
Yay.
success. If everyone else wants to roll, except for Pal, give me your perception plus survival. Hey, that's a 2nd success. That is a 3rd success. I'm gonna say, is this the? Actually, no. Everyone got a success, didn't they?
Third success.
Everyone got a success. Yeah,
Yep.
no. It's because it's because both Damon and Livy rolled exactly the same time. Okay, so you have DC was 1. You got 4. So you get plus 3 AP. Now you can spend AP during scavenging to increase the amount that you scavenge from a location.
I recommend we do that. Just
Can
burn
we
all.
use? Because we
Just-
can't stack the AP that we just got. So can we use
No.
it immediately?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can burn the AP immediately. So you can burn 2
Okay.
AP. So you can burn 2 AP to half the time it takes to do the action, from 30 to 15 minutes. Or you can spend all the AP to take extra loot from the loot table, for the location. So before you decide, I'll tell you what you find by default. And you can decide who wants to take it. By default, you find 6 50 cal bullets. That's 6.50 ammo. You find a can of pork and beans. And melon, which is not irradiated. It's a non-irradiated melon. You find a container of Brahmin milk. You find a torch. Pre-war money worth 22 caps. And you find 31 pieces of junk.
How many caps was it worth?
22.
22.
22.
I've been writing it down.
Now,
When you say
go on.
torch, is that like British slang for a flashlight, or do we
Yes.
find like an actual
Flashlights.
No, it's not
Flashlights.
slang. It's a torch.
I forget that the Fallout game, well, I think was written in UK. So yeah, torch is flashlight for anyone
Okay.
who is not of the Empire. What I will say is this. So the way it works is for every AP you gain extra or from your own pool that you want to spend, you can increase the amount of loot on the table. So I will tell you that there is 1 more ammo drop up for grabs. There is a clothing drop still available. There are 2 food drops, 1 beverage drop, 1 chem drop, another oddity, which is the torch of the pre-war money, more junk if you want it. There is also a melee weapon, that's what it was then, and there is a thrown/explosive.
What I'm hearing is we blow all of our AP on this.
Yeah.
8 AP towards more loot, right? It's agreed.
That's a bad idea, but I mean,
So you've got
Can't
plus
what against
3.
masses?
You've got plus 3 from all your checks. You, in my humble opinion, you might as well spend the plus 3 you gained.
Like a whole
Well,
At
plus
the very
3.
least.
Do we want? So we're on 5, weren't we?
We had 7 technically.
We can't have 7.
That's what I mean. Like we have
Yeah.
3 because we gained 3. So if we don't burn this one, we don't get it.
Oh right, okay.
only
So
get
we had a total
Yeah.
of 7. Sorry. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you had 4, you gave the extra, you've gone out with the 7. So you either burn 1 now or lose it.
Yeah.
But you can
Ah.
obviously burn additional AP.
I mean, there's
If you
still
want
the
to.
downstairs. There's a basement of this place.
There is the
isn't there?
basement, yes, you've not done the basement.
But we're doing all the upper floors.
Yeah, all the upper floors.
So we could burn 1 point, bank 6, and see what is downstairs.
I like that
Or-
idea.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm thinking to a certain degree is we could burn 4 to take us down to 3. That still gives us 2 dice if we need it, or 3 dice if we use them individually, which is not an unreasonable number of dice.
I think in
I
particular,
just-
is there anything on the table anyone in the party is like, hey, I'd like to know what's behind that door?
I mean, I'm just a loot whore. I want everything in this room, so I'm fully.
Yeah.
Committed
I am
to
being
using
restrained
all
in not
3?
trying to persuade us to just burn all the
Yeah.
AP for all of the loot.
Yeah, so just
I would
remind us.
use all 3 of them.
All 3? Okay. So you have 1 ammo, 1 clothing, 2 food, 1 beverage, 1 chem, one oddity, one junk, one melee, one explosives.
Oh, so we're getting to choose which.
You choose which of the doors you want to open.
Part of me says
Clothing.
the ammo.
The clothing.
You want to say the ammo? Because I was gonna say the drink because we have no drinks. We only have food.
I have some water on me,
Oh, okay.
but that's me. I have water.
I have some water in me.
Yes, but is it pure?
Well, it was when it went in.
Yeah, it's
Well,
mixed with food.
Oh.
Oh, so it's a smoothie then.
Yes. Yeah, so one ammo, one clothing, two food, one beverage, one chem, one oddity, one melee, one explosive.
I mean, the chem could be good.
Chems would be nice.
Chem would be nice.
Chem, clothing, and beverage.
I just want the clothing because it could be a hat.
I see your face when the clothing was mentioned. I was like, why is Paul interested in clothing?
I thought Paul was interested in the explosive.
And the explosive, but if we have to choose. But you guys pick. I'm keeping
The problem
cards.
is, I'm trying really hard not to poker face because obviously I pre-rolled these. I know what's behind each one, and I know which one I want, but I can't tell you which one I want you to want.
So you guys said ammo, food, or the drink, or the clothing, right?
I think no chem, because clothing is just more memey than anything.
Because I have a wheel of names that I can spin, so I could just spin it, the wheel, and see what we get.
We did find a container of milk, by the way.
We did, Brahma.
Yes.
Oh, that is true. We did
You
find
have
a
got
bottle.
ramen milk, yeah.
So I will remove the drink.
Let's just
Ammo
go
or
with the-
chem?
let's go with the drink, the chem, and the ammo, because those are necessary. Clothing is just frivolous, right? Mostly.
I mean, it depends on what we're
and
defining as
clothing.
clothing, because armor is clothing.
Is it?
Okay, I will tell
Oh.
you for free that clothing and armor are two separate categories.
Okay. And in the clothing category, is it just aesthetics, or can it be sort of
Oh,
like
no.
a radiation suit?
It can be
Well,
radiation
see-
suit.
Uh-huh.
It
See,
can be
because
something-
my clothing, my formal hat, and my
Yeah.
formal clothing give me the ability to re-roll charisma checks. So
Yeah, but you're
every
the only
item has,
one
like...
with charisma, so we've got that covered.
No, I'm just saying
It could
that
be
as
other
an
clothes.
example.
Yeah.
As an example, clothes can do those kinds
For
of
example,
things.
your
Yeah,
vault,
okay.
your vault suits give you, I think, bonuses. They give you radiation resistance, whereas no other clothing does by default.
Right. I
So
wasn't paying attention to that.
you two are naturally resistant against Kesha and Livia are slightly more resistant to rads than
Sweet.
Emily and Damon.
I rolled the wheel, and the wheel says chems.
Chems, okay. That's 1 point on Chem. You've got 2 other points if you're going to burn the ones you've earned.
I'm tempted to take the ammo because that's always useful.
Yes. Ammo is
Okay,
useful.
ammo, your second
I agree with
choice. Okay, so your third and final choice. You have clothing, food, beverage, oddity, junk, melee, or explosives.
When you say oddity, is it useful?
Could be. You never know.
I'll do you a deal. Burn 1 extra AP, and I'll tell you what the oddity is.
Oh.
No, we
That's
just only 1 extra AP and take the oddity regardless.
It's up to you. It's up to look. It's up to you. I'm willing to tell you whether it's worth it or not. No, okay. No, I'll tell you what. No, I'll be fairer, right? I'm a Joe's DM. You don't need to burn the AP. You need to give me an AP, and I'll tell you
don't
what it
like
is.
Okay, so we're gonna take the explosives.
Yeah. I think I like that idea. better.
Explosives is the third choice.
Is that okay with everyone else?
We,
All in
we
fair
didn't take
form?
the ammo. We didn't
Yes,
take
you're
the
taking
ammo.
the
Let's-
No,
ammo.
we're
you
taking the ammo.
Let's take the
We
ammo.
got the chems, the ammo, and we're contemplating the
Okay, then.
explosives.
Explosives.
Oh, well, okay. I can use explosives. I have points in that, so
Okay.
that
Oh,
would
good.
be helpful.
Okay, so behind.
Although it might be it's thrown / explosive.
Yeah, so behind door number 1, the ammo, you find 9.308 ammo. commonly more known as hunting rifle ammo. Is the most common use for that. Behind the chems door, you find a healing salve.
Yay.
Not quite a stim pack, but still useful. Behind the throne/explosives door, the one that I would want the most, you find a bottle cap mine.
It explodes bottle caps.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
To tell you what you could have won, the clothing was military fatigues. You could have found an irradiated box of sugar bombs or a preserved Fancy Lads snack cakes. The beverage was dirty water. The oddity was 3 bobby pins.
Oh.
The melee weapon was a pool cue.
I think we made the right choices. I
Second.
really do. Everything else is all like, eh.
Okay, so you've been scavenging this for 30 minutes. I need you all to make a group.
No.
Oh, no.
DC 5. Agility plus stealth.
Oh, why?
Is Pal
no.
still included? Because
Hal cannot be included because Hal is guarding.
Okay.
Okay.
What was it? Agility.
Agility
Affleck?
plus stealth.
I'm tagged in still.
I'm pretty sure you're a 10 in agility as well.
I'm also a 10 in agility, and I'm tagged, and it's 3 ranks. So, yeah.
You probably
we
would be
need-
the best one.
You do it.
We need 5 successes.
You need 5 successes. Yes.
Do we want
Oh,
to
God.
burn an AP on this to give me 3 dice with?
That would give you 6
Reasonable?
dice. That would give you 6 dice altogether as a group.
Yeah, I'm burning the point.
All right.
We can do so. Just behind the scenes, it's like the person who's making the roll can just choose to
Mhm.
roll dice. It doesn't rely on the team. I'm not
No.
sure if
Yeah.
we've covered that previously,
Yeah.
but it is one of them where it's like, no, I'm taking a die if we need 5 out of 6
Yep.
successes. Here's hoping for crits. Oh, okay, 2 successes over here.
Oh, that means all 3 of you need to succeed. I'll take your first roll as well, because I know you guys roll 2d20, it's easier. But I'll take your first roll that comes up on the thing.
There is a button in the top left-hand corner of the character sheet you can click, and it does a quick roll, and you can select how many dice you want, skill and attribute, and that'll allow you to do a 1d20. It takes
See,
slightly longer, but
This is
So-
what having someone who has knowledge of the sheet does, because I'm a GM, I don't use them.
So
I
do
just
I
like
just
clicking
hit roll
buttons.
to assist?
Yeah, actually, hit roll to assist. See what happens. I've never thought what roll to assist does.
See, I tried to do that, but it broke.
It doesn't work for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody roll 20.
That's broken for me
Yeah,
too.
in your character sheet, then top left,
then-
there's that little quick roll button that should help you do it.
Is
um,
it roll 1d20 and
Yep,
raise
roll
any of my attributes?
1d20
Or stealth?
agility plus stealth.
Agility plus sneak.
Stealth. Or sneak, yeah.
Oh, sneak.
Sneak, yeah. I say stealth because I'm a D&D nerd. That's a
No.
failure.
Oh,
Taking Livia's first number, that's also a failure. Which means it doesn't matter what...
need to learn how to be quiet.
Okay.
said that?
Your conscience. Your
Ah.
conscience said that.
I don't have a conscience.
Well, look, I took a bit of a break.
You're-
I'm back now.
Your... pal, your combat recon sensors go off.
Oh no.
You can't tell what they are, but they're telling you that something downstairs is now moving. And you can hear kind of a groaning downstairs getting slightly louder. Now, you've readied an action, have you not? To
Yes.
shoot the first time something comes up that looks hostile. I'm going to say this, and you have enough time to walk through the front door and leave here should you so wish.
Is
I
that
do.
just
Do I?
Pal or everybody?
Everyone.
Oh.
You can hear the groaning. You're in the reception. There is enough time for you to turn around and go, nope, back to the front door.
I mean, we could shoot it and see what. We could wait and see what it is, and then consider running away.
If you see it, you will not be able to outrun it. That's what I would say. You'll be
I-
waiting
I'm
for
not
it.
listening to the GM. I'm thinking if we just take a peek at it and then we run away. I just want to get into a fight. That's all. So.
Okay. Are we all happy? Are we all happy to stay?
We will try and stay, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are we happy
Stop
about it? That's a
listening to
question.
me.
As you hear that groaning get louder and louder, you see a pack of ghouls running through the corridor, the door at the end of the corridor from where the basement was.
Uh-oh.
However, Al readied an action to shoot. Therefore, before we start combat, Al gets a free attack. So, in combat, works just the same like any other skill check. You fire off a combat dice. Where is it? You're using an energy weapon, aren't you?
Yes.
So, you need to hit one of these. Well, first of all, is your energy arm medium range or close range? I can't quite remember. I want to say you are the only person I think that has a medium range weapon.
The quality is close quarters.
Oh, if it's close quarters, that's like energy, perception. No, it's a C weapon. Okay, it's C. So you see what it says range, it says C. That means it's the same zone as you're in. Okay, so you need to do a ranged attack, perception plus energy weapons. Give me a moment. I just need to see what the DC is. Unfortunately, the word ghoul is in a lot of this book. I should have picked something that didn't have all the names. Feral. Oh, is that it? Feral ghouls. No, that's just part of the scavenging. I need their stat block. Give me their stat block. Okay, that's not helpful. Contents. Have a look. Dozens of the Wasteland. 332. 332. All the way at the bottom of the book. In a place where you wouldn't... Right, so we have... Come on, we have blood bugs, bloat flies, Brahmin, death claws. We use a death claw. My alert queen. Red scorpion, red stag, yokai, ghouls. There we go. Feral ghouls. They have a defensive 1. You need a DC 2.
Okay.
Pass this. I do apologize for the delay.
You're good, and I just click the button.
Energy weapons, yeah. Perception.
So, attribute perception, skill, energy weapons.
So,
Why did, so that rolled 1, but it should probably be more, right?
yes, it's 2. It's 2d20 by default.
If I
Let me-
click this, my
There
laser...
you go. Okay, so yeah. So you scored an 8 and a 13. That's 1 success. Unfortunately, the ghouls are too far away down the corridor for your laser arm to get a lock on them properly.
But I used my luck.
You can use your luck if you want to re-roll the 13.
Yeah, let's do it.
12 will not do it.
Okay.
We're looking for a 9. Okay, so we're doing combat. Official bona fide combat. Nope, let's not have that. That's too nice. Let's have some blues. Blues is nice. There you go. Let's be jolly while we're getting attacked by feral ghouls. So, the way this works in... First of all, let me just write down the page number of the ghoul block, because I'm going to have to go back to that in a minute. That's page 357. So, the way combat works is, in this game, initiative is not something we roll. It is a fixed stat. Based on your attributes.
Agility and perception, I believe.
I believe it is agility plus perception. I will confirm. There's a nice little combat initiative. Your character's initiative is equal to their perception plus their agility, plus any bonuses from equipment or perks you may have. And so an NPC creature is calculated as by body and mind. So a feral ghoul, for example, has a initiative of why is the word feral used so much in this book? Okay, so ghouls have an initiative of 5. By the looks of it. So I'm going to go on a limb here and say that Keshra definitely has the highest here.
18.
18, yeah.
Nice.
Who... Has anyone got anywhere between 18 and 15?
No, I'm 11.
15 to 10.
12.
Yeah, 11.
12.
11.
11, okay. So, who was 12 again? So that was Emily. Who would like to go first out of you two? Any preference?
Pal can go first.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Pal is 12. Emily is 11. Sorry, 12 as well. Livia and Damon, any particular order?
Ladies first.
No.
So Livia on 11.
Worst to last.
Damon on 11. The ghouls are coming in on a crappy little 5. And even if it's body and mind put together, it would still be a 10. So everyone still goes first. Now, I'm not going to broadcast this to the chat because it's more theatre of the mind. Fallout's designed to be. Combat in Fallout is not like D&D, where you're counting squares and moving different squares to calculate ranges. It's all based on a zonal system. So this building is being split into various zones. We have the move the players to VTC main. You guys should have a slightly different view. Say hello to my crappily made homemade map drawn in Roll20.
It works.
Just to help illustrate what we're looking at. So we have reception at the front is one zone. A corridor in the middle is another zone. There's some lockers to the right, that's zone 4. And hydroponics to the left is zone 3. There are no special attributes to any of these zones. They're just normal zones. You guys are all in reception. You should be able to move your little ones around. I've named them after each of your characters' first names. Please don't try. I did try to spell rude word with it. You can't, unfortunately.
But only in English. I reckon there's probably a foreign word that's rude somewhere in all this.
So I need to just go into my DM view quickly, grab these tokens, and bring them to the lair, token lair. There we go. So we have some ghouly ghouls coming down the corridor. There are 5 of them all together. And Kestra goes first. So, combat works in the following way. You get 1 minor action, 1 major action per turn. You may spend AP in your group pool to give yourself a bonus minor action and a bonus major action should you want it. I would think very carefully about doing so, given that you're only down to, 3 now? Remember, you can only buy AP from me on your D20 rolls if they're exhausted. You can't spend them on other things, so you can't spend them on getting any bonus actions or anything like that. But also, you can't buy them from me unless you're empty. So, I had the cheat sheet open and I must have closed it. Give me a moment, I will open my cheat sheet. So the actions that you can do as a minor action, you can aim, which allows you to re-roll a single d20 during your attack. You can draw an item. You can interact with an item. You can take a chem for yourself, or somebody else actually, or you can move. Now, move allows you to move to another zone adjacent to the one you're in. And then your major actions, for the most part, you guys are probably going to choose attack for now. I don't think there's any other major action you can really take. The only person who might is Emily, because you will need to use your major action if you want to command Smoogles to attack. But Smoogles must be in the same zone as you. So Smoogles will move with you, essentially, on your turn. So, Kestra, as these ghouls come basically screaming down this corridor, almost breaking into a sprint, what do you do?
I am not going to take the major action attack. I am going to take the major action ready.
Okay.
When the ghouls breach that doorway and come into the zone that we're in, I'm going to shoot them with the 10mm pistol.
Okay, so we're playing Overwatch. It's a smart move.
My other thing was to walk into their corridor and attack, and it was like, oh wait, I'm squishy. So
you
I'm
are
going to wait
squishy,
for them
yes.
to come to us.
Yes. Now, I will also say that the move action allows you to move. Let me have a look. The move action allows you to go to a different zone. You are allowed to move around your zone for free.
I was thinking, I was thinking of using the minor action to aim, and then as soon as they're in range, I get to attack.
That's fine. Make a note that you've got aim, because I will forget in the heat of everything going on.
Yep.
Okay, so that's your turn. Pal, is now you.
Pal will use their minor action to aim.
Okay.
And then their major action to shoot at one of these things.
Okay, so that is a DC 2 check again. But because you've got aim, you can re-roll a single D20.
Okay, so boom. Submit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
there you go. You can now roll damage. So damage is done on the based on what your weapon does. We use special combat dice. I believe you might be able to hit the roll damage button on there, actually. I'm not quite sure if you can. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Aha! Okay, so you get 3 energy damage, effects, piercing 1. Okay, so I'm gonna roll a. Actually, you took the aim action, didn't minor action? What part
Yeah.
of the ghoul do you want to hit? If you aimed, you can pick which body part you want to hit.
The head.
The head? Okay, so let me check the bookie book. What are we talking about here? So they have. They're immune to rad, immune to poison. They have no. Okay, well, unfortunately, the piercing effect is useless because they have no resistance to burn through. They take 3. Okay, so I just need to write some totals here. G1, G2, G3, G4, G5. You're gonna go for the first one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's their health values. Yeah, you shoot this. You shoot this ghoul straight in the head. Stops it from running for a second. But it hisses and shakes its head as it gets hit. And that's your turn. Which leads us to Emily.
Hokey pokes. Let's see here. Emily is going to move over here.
Yep, just staying into the
And
zone, just sort of peeking
Yes,
into the
she's
corridor.
staying in the zone. Peeking into the corridor. She's going to. I can ready an action, right?
Yep, you can ready an action as your major action.
Okay, I will ready an action to attack the ghouls when they get close
Okay.
enough to melee range, so
Mhm.
that she can beat them with her pipe wrench.
Pipe wrench. Got it. Okay, so that's your turn. That Livia is now you. You may be muted.
I'll probably do something similar and move
Yep.
maybe here and
Okay.
red aim.
I can just imagine this whole group of people just standing there with their guns like that, just waiting the second they come out through the door.
Well, how else are you supposed to deal with
Like,
ghouls, really?
It's like, everyone get vats ready. The second they like,
Yep. Fine.
Damon, it's now your turn.
I'm going to follow my team and essentially just
Ready the action.
aim my gun and ready.
Look, I cannot fault anyone for doing this. It is the smart thing to do. You do not willingly go to melee range with ghouls. Unless you're immune to radiation damage, then you're probably okay. You can probably go toe to toe with them. The ghouls are going to act. They are going to use their minor action to do exactly what all ghouls do, and basically pile like a blob straight into the room. I'm going to put them in like that. Okay, then we'll start with Kestra, because you're still at the top of the order. It is now a DC 1 check because they are now in close range, which is the range of your weapon. That succeeds. Now, there's one thing I forgot to point out. You can spend additional ammo from your ammo count if your attack hits up to the fire rate of your gun to increase the number of combat die you do. If your fire rate is 2, you can spend 2 ammo to fire an extra 2 bullets.
I am not going to do that.
Okay.
I am, however, going to spend an action point and another piece of ammo to invoke Gun Fu.
Okay, so if you roll me the damage then, and as you'll roll that, I'll explain what Gun Fu does. Gun Fu is a very nifty perk, which is restricted only for the people of level 10 agility. It's not supposed to be taken at level 1, but there's apparently nothing stopping you from doing so. Gun Fu allows you to attack another creature within close range of the original. Okay, so you've got 4 damage with 2 effects, but I don't think the 10mm pistol has an effect.
No.
I think it's just got the close quarter tag on it. Okay, so 4 damage.
I'm
Are you
aiming for
aiming
the
for-
one that's already injured.
Okay, so it looks seriously injured. And then are you going to go for its friend next to it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's... Jeez Louise, that's good. Okay, so that's Kashra going bang bang with the gun through, kind of like fires one shot and like trick shots under and goes bang with the other one.
And I automatically just hit the second target.
Yes, you
don't
do.
I?
You auto hit, yeah, you have to roll to hit. As long as you hit
And
the
for the
first.
same damage, so
Same damage,
I've
yeah.
done
8 damage in a single turn. Not bad. Who else was readying? Was Pal readying? No, Emily was readying, weren't you? You're next in the order, so if you want to do yours, it's a DC 1. We're looking for... I can't... Just here, press it on the thingy. It's a agility plus small guns.
Okay, so agility plus small guns. Small guns, small guns. Wait, no, I used my pipe wrench,
wrench.
not my pipe
Yes.
pistol.
Oh, pipe wrench, okay.
So it's melee weapon.
Melee, yeah. Melee plus strength, then, I believe.
So I roll just like I don't roll any additional dice, it just rolls the 1, right?
No, you can elect to buy dice. You roll 2 dice. You can elect to buy more. This is a normal attack for you.
Yeah. 2 successes.
Nice.
2 successes. Throw an AP into the pool. That's you've generated 1 AP.
Hooray.
Now, let me check the rules for melee weapons, because melee weapons have a ridiculously overpowered little thing about them that allows them to radically increase the amount of damage they do, similar to how they do with ammo.
I should have re-rolled that 18. God dang it.
Strength plus melee test, yeah, hit locations, range, combat dice, increasing damage for melee weapons and throw weapons. Each AP you spend adds an extra 1 damage dice to your roll. You could take that extra AP you've generated and convert it to 1 extra damage die.
The damage die does anywhere between 1
1
to 2
to-
and
1 to
0
2.
to 2 damage.
0 to 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll just go with what I've got now.
Okay. That is perfectly fine. Okay,
Oh,
3 physical
great.
damage with 3 effects as well. Nice. I don't know what the pipe wrench effect is, but I'm guessing, who are you targeting? Are you going for the one that's been lasered in the face and shot, or just the one that's been shot, or one of the fresh ones?
One of the fresh ones.
One of the fresh ones? Awesome. Nice. Okay, so you and a ghoul are now considered in close range of each other.
All right.
So that's disadvantage on, +2 difficulty to any shot range attack you try to make. Unless you're holding a 10mm pistol, it has the close quarters quality. Close quarter weapons are not affected by being close to an enemy. Livia readied an attack, didn't you?
Yes.
Yep. Exact same again. DC 1 attack with whatever weapon you
Would be my 10mm. That's small guns and agility.
Yep.
Yes. Happy days. Okay.
if you go to your weapons, if you go to your weapons bit and just click on the gun, 10mm pistol, it should let you roll from there, I believe. If it's set up correctly. Okay.
Just doesn't matter.
I was like, oh, let her roll again. It might actually
No.
help. Does she really have nothing in small guns?
Yep.
I suppose it makes
Why
sense.
did we let you out of the vault without training?
I can fix your
Actually,
broken arm.
to be fair, I just
I
realised
can't
something.
break the bones, I can just fix them.
Yeah.
We need to have a look at. I've just realised through your sheer dumb, just looking at Catchy again. We need to look at your skills at the end because you have way too little skills, and you've also tagged small guns. You should have some skill in that. It wouldn't be enough
You
to
get
pass.
for a tag.
Yeah, it wouldn't be enough for you to pass on that, unfortunately.
Doesn't matter. Yep.
So yeah, so that just sort of like bang, misses. Damon, your turn for your ready attack. DC 1 again.
Use my.
Now you have the auto variant of this, don't you?
Do.
Because automatic gives you a free version of Gun Fu. Actually, a probably more powerful version, but you do burn through ammo pretty quickly. But you have to hit first.
Yeah. No pressure.
It's DC 1. I need 1 under the number.
Okay. So that's.
Oh, there's a critical success there. Nice. That's 3 successes. So that's +2 for the AP pool. Okay, let me just very quickly look up what the automatic property does, because it is pretty interesting. Automatic pistol, automatic.
Is it
So-
burst or spread?
Burst, I think, is the effect.
It could be burst, yeah.
The attack may hit one additional target within close range of a primary target for each effect rolled.
Okay.
Each additional target costs 1 additional shot from the weapon.
Okay. So if you roll damage on it,
Roll the damage.
I think it's 3 CD.
3.
Yours? Yeah.
Yeah. Did it do it? No, it didn't. 3 CD. No. 3 damage.
3 damage, but 2 effects. So you can actually hit 3 targets
Ooh.
for 3 damage if you're willing to spend the extra ammo for each one.
Go for it.
Okay, so you would spend 3 ammo in that attack.
Okay. Yeah.
So are you going to go for the 2 that are healthy, the one that's been the weakest, or how do you want to distribute it?
I'll go for the 2 healthy ones.
Okay, and then you've got 1 more. Go for.
And then I'll go for the one that's been lasered in the face.
Okay then, so you just sort of see like Damon sort of like hold the pistol out, like hold the trigger, and begin sort of firing a couple bullets. Tags the first 2 coming through the door, both through the shoulders, and then the last one goes to the one's been lasered, and they drop to the ground. There are now only 4 ghouls, and I will say the one you shot down was the one that was engaging, threatening everyone at the front. Okay, so do the ghouls actually get their turn now? This is still turn 1.
No, this is
No,
their-
they're not allowed.
No, this is their turn. This is where they've entered the room.
They've spent their minor action coming in and have basically got eviscerated. Just by
Which I think is
existing.
a bit shocking, so they should just finish their turn there and not attack us yet.
Unfortunately, that's not how that works. Okay, so
But with the, you can make it work however you want.
I can, yes. Okay, so they are going to come in.
Hedge?
Yep.
Do I get a second turn? Because technically I shot first because I had the readied action, and you said something about shooting first initiates combat.
Yeah,
goes
I
round.
did say, did you ready in action? And you said no.
You missed.
Oh, yeah, so you fired
Oh.
first and you missed. Then you.
Oh no! Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Never mind. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to sort of come in and threaten all of you. So I've got 4 attacks here. What is everyone's defense? What's Emily's defense?
Where do I find that?
Give me a second. I'll.
So
Oh, it's
core.
1.
One. I
Okay.
think most of you will be one.
Yes.
So this is. So
Technically.
I am going. So I'm rolling my dice as a normal human being. I'm going to spend one of my AP to give me 3 dice against Emily.
Dang it, they remembered about the AP.
Oh god, I remember. Don't you worry. I've been waiting to use these.
I was hoping you'd forget.
Body plus melee. This is not. They miss. They completely balls that one up. So then, one of the ghouls are going to try against Hal, and I'm going to burn another one of my AP. Because goddamn, I am going to hit one of you. What's Pal's defense?
1.
1. Meets his beats, so that's DC 1. Okay, so I do hit, and I get 3d6.
Defense and number of successes you need.
Yes, defense is number of successes you need, modified by. So defense is number of successes you need, modified by any range modifiers or cover modifiers. So if you're firing outside of your comfort zone, the DC gets higher. That's why when they were in the corridor and you were shooting, it was DC 2. Because they were one zone away and you had a close range weapon. If you had a hunting rifle, on the other hand, it would have been DC 1. So that's 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage, and an effect. I'm not going to do effects just yet because we'll read on that later, so it's a bit more complicated. You're a robot, aren't you? So I need to check what body part I'm actually hitting, because robots don't have the same hit locations as a 2 optics. Okay, that's 3 damage to your optics. However, you have a damage resistance of 2,
Yes.
so that's 1 damage. And I would say you take radioactive physical damage, however, you are immune to radiation, so you don't take any kind of radioactive damage at all. Lucky sod. Okay, third ghoul is going to go against Damon. I'm going to be an equal opportunities attacker. It's like, do I bully Livia twice, or do I go for... Spread it out. I'm going to spread it out. So I'm going to spend another AP because I will score my hits. That is 1 success. What's Damon's defense?
1.
1. Okay, so that does hit. 4. 0 damage. 1 damage plus effect. 2 damage plus effect. And I'm going to roll a d20. Do me a favour, on your character sheet, what does a 16 hit? I can't quite remember what a 16 is off the top of my head.
Left leg.
Left leg. Okay.
Left leg. Yeah.
What's your physical damage resistance on your left leg?
Do I have my physical? I have... According to this, I have nothing.
So it's 2 points of raw damage to your health then.
Oh, goody.
It says radioactive physical damage. But for now, I'll just say it's just standard damage for now. We'll worry about
These
that.
aren't radioactive ghouls for now because level 1.
Level 1, yeah, I could kill you quite quickly if I made these radioactive. But if you keep tempting me, I will bring out a glowing one, and you can't stop me. The final ghoul is going to go for...
run away.
The final ghoul is going to go for Livia. I am going to spend another AP. I spent 4 AP trying to hurt you all. What's your defense? 1, I'm guessing?
1, yes.
I've scored 1 success. At low level, it's quite easy to get you.
The thing is, I've got a
one,
defense of 2. None of these would have hit me, and even the ones
Three.
that have hit, I've got DR that would have negated it.
That is 3 damage to 14 is your
Right arm.
14 right arm. You have
Yep.
no physical resistance there, so you take 3 damage.
Okay.
Normally you get things like damaged arms, etc., but we'll cover that at a later date because it's a bit more complicated. Okay, that's the ghoul's turn. I have burnt AP like nobody's business. We are at the top of the order. It is Kashra.
I've got to take my evening medication.
Take your
This is a
medication
reminder to
quickly.
everybody at home, take your medication.
drink some water.
Yes.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate is very important. Failure to hydrate will result in penalties.
Rightio. Okay. I feel bad for letting you guys take all these hits because I feel like I'm squishy, but I'm really actually fairly well armored and dodgy. But I am going to aim, and I'll try to remember it this time.
Yep.
And I am going to shoot. That is 3 successes.
3 successes will do it. It's DC 1, so add 2 AP to the pool.
Add 1 AP to the pool because I'm going to gun through
Spend
again.
1 to gun through, okay?
And then
Roll your, is it 4 damage dice, I believe, for your 10 mil? Because you've got the
Yep.
non-automatic version. That's 4 damage. Okay, are we shooting the healthiest one or the weakest one?
the weakest 2.
Weakest 2? Okay, so one of them gets knocked to the ground dead, and one of them looks severely hurt.
Keep it up, guys. You can do it.
Ow!
Are we at 6 AP by my calculations? Yeah.
Yes.
Pal will aim his buzzsaw
Okay.
at one of the weak
ghouls in
ones.
front of him, yep.
Yeah. And let's see. Let's do this.
DC 1 check. Strength plus melee.
Did that hit?
Nope, that did not hit. That's a 10 and a 10 and a 15. Target
But
4.
I get to
He's-
re-roll because I
You get to
aimed.
re-roll. Yeah, you aimed. You re-roll one of them. A 7, still not going to do it.
And can I use luck?
You could burn a luck point if you want to do it.
I get it back at the end of the quest, right?
Yep.
Fuck it. Luck.
Still no luck.
Ah, my god. Okay. Then Pal goes to like swing his buzzsaw and almost hits Emily.
Oh no.
Sorry, Toots.
Okay, that's now Emily's turn.
Okay, so Emily is going to swing at one of them
Okay.
with her pipe wrench. Well, I'm going to aim and
Yep,
hit
aim
with
a
the pipe
swing,
wrench. I'm a swing at them and then hit with a pipe wrench. So I go melee weapons, strength, doot, and I get to re-roll 1.
Yep, re-roll 1. You can spend a luck point
how
as well
come-
and re-roll both. Those that wish.
I have to go through it and be like, it's
If you use a luck point, just re-roll the weapon check again. That's both dice re-roll.
Oh, I guess I could use a luck point.
Yeah.
How many log points do you get?
I only get 5.
See, the game's definition of quest is quite arbitrary.
Melee weapons. Boop. Still no
Ooh,
successes.
still successes,
How
yeah.
rude.
Yep, sort of swings it too wide.
She's terrified by the buzzsaw getting too close to her.
So what we've learned is this party is definitely better at shooting range, not at close range. Okay, so Livia, it's your turn.
Okay, gonna try with my pistol again. Hopefully it works this time.
You've got the 10 mil, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you're not affected by the fact there's a ghoul right in front of you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Normally you'd be affected by it, but
fine. Oh no, never mind.
just make sure as you're firing, you're marking off the ammo. I don't know if the game does it automatically for you. I'm not too sure.
No.
No. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, if you took the aim action, you can re-roll one of them.
Oh, I
If you
could.
want, yeah,
or-
yeah. If
I?
if you take the aim minor action, you can re-roll one.
Okay.
See if you get a hit instead. Ooh. I don't know what the okay. I can't think of a complication. In combat, I think one of them is gun jam.
No.
Modern
But-
complications, wasteful click, wear and tear, ricochet.
Okay, I'm gonna say wasteful click. Take 2 ammo away from the shot rather than 1. You shot too quickly and double tapped rather than thinking it. Damon, it's now your. Damon comes up to the show.
Again, I'm gonna aim and
Yep.
try and pew, pew.
Aim and pew pew. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
No one is. We
Because I aimed. Can I reroll?
Yep, you can re-roll. Yep, you can spend a luck point as well if you want to re-roll both.
Yeah, I'll try the 2. I'll take a look. Oh my god.
Oh dear. Maybe I need to get my switchblade out and just.
Use it on me, please.
Yeah. Just so- yeah, unfortunately, yeah, agility 5, small guns 1 equals 6. Yeah, the odds of you hitting even at 1 success aren't particularly high, unfortunately. That is your turn. It is the ghouls' turn. The ghouls can't aim, and I can't spend extra AP. I can, but I've only got 1 AP left. I'm not going on a spree. So all the ghouls are going to repeat their attack from before. So one's going to go for Emily.
Did I not kill another one?
Ooh,
Yeah, you did.
you killed one. Yeah, because there's 3. Sorry, isn't there? I'll say. Okay, do what? Pick which one. Who do you
I'm
not want to be
gonna
threatened?
left to right roll a d4 because I don't want to pick because that's favoritism. Number 1 died.
Number 1. Okay, so the one closest to Livia died. So Emily's in danger, but the good news is that they rolled a 20 and a 12. I'm going to say the ghoul falls over, like ghouls do when they jump forward. So that ghoul in front of Emily is now classed as being prone. So I believe that reduces its defense down to 0. I believe, which means actually it's now a DC 0 check to hit it, which basically means it's a free hit. The second one is going to go for Pal. That's a miss. We're going to go for Livia. That is a 15 and a 1. That's 2 successes. I don't generate AP from bonuses, frustratingly. Oh no, come on. No, that's not fair. No. 3, 4, 4. I hit you for 0 damage. I hate you, dice. That is the end of the turn. We're back up to Kasha.
We like you, dice. I'm slightly concerned about you guys because you're just not. So I'm going to reposition in the same zone, and I'm going to move there and present myself as a target of opportunity. And then I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
This is a 10 mil pistol, so no penalty.
No penalty. Yeah. DC 1.
I'm not going to aim at the one that's prone.
Okay.
Because I feel that you guys should be able to take care of that.
I don't know.
It's a DC 0. You should
Yeah,
be able to take care of that.
Should doesn't mean will.
Right. Not buying any additional. There we go. Another
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. So you gain an AP.
And I spend that AP because gun fu.
Okay.
So that'd be 2 points of
Okay.
damage.
Do you want to spend ammo rolling additional damage die?
No, because
No, okay.
I'm already burning through ammo for gun fu.
Okay, so you're going to pick up the 2. You're going to aim for the 2 standing targets.
Yes.
Okay, so that puts them down to that. Okay, they're looking really bloodied now. You've got 3 very bloodied, very hissing, very annoyed ghouls.
And I'm hoping that I've aggravated them so that maybe they'll try to hit me.
Okay. Hal, it's now your turn.
Powell is going. Well, I'm gonna take one of the AP. So,
Okay.
and Powell's going to try and roll with their buzzsaw again
Okay, so that's 3 dice.
at not the prone one.
Not the prone one, okay. Okay. Here we go, ladies and gents. 3 dice. Ooh!
Oh wait, can I aim? Can I?
You can aim,
Sorry.
you can aim.
Okay.
Don't worry, you can aim. Hal is not designed to be a close range Mr. Gutsing.
No.
That will do it. That will pass.
Oh, thank God for that.
I don't know what the buzz sword damage is. I think is it 4 CD? I think, or maybe 3 CD. I can't quite remember.
3.
3.
It says so.
Okay. Roll 3. 2 damage. 2 damage to the one not prone. That one gets cut into pieces as the buzzsaw cuts them down from the legs. There is now just 2 ghouls left in the fight. Emily, it is you. You are currently still threatened by the one in front of you.
Okay. Give me just a second because I
That's
want
fine.
to see something in the book.
This is where we find out, everyone, that we've been doing this entirely wrong, and I've been making up as we go along.
That's one of the things I did note. That I was like, is there a crit effect on guns?
There is, depending on the gun.
Okay.
I believe the 10mm pistol doesn't have one. I think.
I thought that was an effect, though. I'm talking about a crit.
It could do. Give me a second. If we're gonna look at.
Okay.
Okay, so to clarify, while Emily's looking through the book, critical hits occur when a character receives 5 damage after resistance. That's what's called a critical hit.
Okay,
That
so it's nothing to
imposes-
do with the DC rolls.
No,
Okay.
the DC rolls are effects. So rolling a Vault Void triggers an effect if your weapon has an effect.
No, I meant the
Yeah, no.
D20 rolls, sorry.
Oh, the D20 rolls. No.
Yep.
They count for if you roll a 1, you get 2 successes towards your roll. If you get a 20, it's a complication.
Right, okay, yeah.
It's just like a normal.
I see
roll.
it now. So I
Yeah.
yes, I rolled a 2 but got 3 successes because of my crit range.
Yes,
Yes,
because
okay.
small guns are tagged for you, so
Yep.
the range is bigger. Yeah, at the moment, I don't think any.
There's lots of layers to these rules when it comes to
Yes.
combat, which it's not, in other games where you roll 1 die, it suddenly doubles everything. This is it's very layered.
The good news is that the rules are the same for both combat hit to hit and normal skill checks.
Yeah.
It's very interesting in that regard.
All right, so I'm not seeing this anywhere, but if Schmooples attacks, does he get 2 dice like I do, or does he just get the 1 d20 that I have to roll?
I believe allies attack just the same as you would attack. I believe allies attack the same way you do.
So I just need to find another d20 then.
However, you would have to use. Oh, I think we've lost.
Oh dear.
Come on. Don't
Come
do
back
that.
to us.
I suspect they may have, as they sat back down, may have knocked the router off the table.
Mm.
Oh no.
Give it a second. Oh no. While Emily's getting reconnected,
Oh.
no. Whilst we get to Livia, do you want to take your turn?
Yep. Just try it again. Pistol.
There she is.
Sorry.
It's all right. We'll let Livia take her shot, and then
Sure.
All right.
It's not going to be anything exciting, probably.
Don't forget there is a prone one.
Hey, I'm guessing you're gonna go for the one that's. I mean, you can only go for the one that's. For you can go for the one that's prone, or go for the one that's standing up. I go for the one standing up. You've got one success. It counts.
Okay, for the one standing up.
Okay, so do the damage roll for that.
Do damage.
Damage. Ooh,
Nice.
that's technically a critical hit. So the one standing up is eviscerated. Yeah, what I'll say is your ally can roll the same as you, so Smoogles can do a roll. However, you do have to use your major action to command them to attack.
Yes. So I'm going to get Schmooples to attack the one that's prone.
Okay, it's a DC 0 check, so whatever you
Which is
roll,
good because I rolled an 11 and a 17.
it automatically succeeds regardless.
Anyways.
Um,
So Schmooples is let me see here. It's 2 dice.
yep.
So I just rolled them twice. My thing closed on me. Thank you. Love technology, don't we?
Yeah, attack is fun. Two damage. You know what? 2 damage is exactly what you needed. How
Okay.
does Smoogles
Describe it.
yeah,
In great detail.
let's have how does Smoogle take down this prone ghoul?
He just like clamps down on the ghoul's neck and
Yeah.
just squish.
Squish. There we go. We have successfully survived our first ever combat and not died in the process. Woohoo.
Good job, everyone.
Congratulations.
Emily's very proud of you all.
High fives all around.
We took some damage. There are some lessons to be learned in terms of learning how to shoot, but hey ho, we've
Yeah,
survived.
if we ever find a lot of spare ammo, I'm teaching you all some stuff. Because,
Okay, what I think I'll say, I am guessing you guys will want to look at the basement.
yes.
Okay. To help expedite the process, I'm not going to go through explaining everything that's going on in the basement. The basement itself is actually fairly simple. It's a 2-room affair. The first room is a big, large, looks like a workshop. A couple of tool tables. The back is looks like a laboratory, which is submerged to about your waist, maybe a bit below your waist in water. It's flooded. If you would like to scavenge here, it's a DC 2 scavenge check.
We shall scavenge.
Sure.
I think Emily leads the
Scavenging
scavengers.
perception?
Scavenging is page 195. I should really write this down as to which one it is. Because, fun fact, there's a
It was
lot of stats. I think
Survival
it's...
perception.
Yeah.
Okay. survival, perception.
And then everyone else can help
Or hinder.
or hinder. Yes.
Two successes. Perfect. And if I use schmooples, I get reduce the difficulty of perception tests by 1.
By 1, so it would be DC 1 for you.
So I've already got successes
Yep.
anyways.
Kashra succeeds, that's +1 bonus AP.
Pal, are you going to help out this time?
I
We
always
don't really need
help.
to. We've all got.
I mean, I appreciate that you were
Yeah.
guarding last time, but I don't think you need to be guarding anything this time.
Are we all helping, or
If you all want to
You can if
succeed,
you want
you can
to.
help, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you literally lose nothing at this point. Livia gets 1, I'll ignore the 20. I'm generous. Damon fails. So
oh my god.
that's 1, 2, 3. So you've gained 3 AP. 16's not going to do it. So you've got 3 successes on this above what you should have. Okay, so allow me to tell you what you find in door number 2. Okay, so by default you have 21 fusion cells, a preserved Salisbury steak, 2 signal flares, and 21 junk. Out of your 3 AP, there is only 3 things you can actually salvage from down here. 1 more ammo, 1 more junk, and a ranged weapon. You may decide to bank the AP that you've gained additional to this, or you may spend it on unlocking the remaining options.
There's no point of banking it because we are full up on our AP.
May as well use it.
Oh, I
I may
thought
as
we
well
burned
use
a fair bit in the. I was burning AP during the combat, so
Yeah,
I'm
but you
using it for
regenerate
gun
some.
fu. So
Yeah.
okay.
You're
In which case, burn it all. I was going to say burn it all anyway.
Burn it all.
Okay, so you want all the 3 things.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
now
things.
all the things.
All of them.
All of
I
stuff.
was so hoping you. So when I rolled this table, I was like, "There's not much here, but the 2 things you do get are ridiculously good." You find 34 junk, a .44 pistol as the ranged weapon, 44 revolver, and your ammo is a fusion core.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
If only you had a suit of power armor to put it in.
I mean, we could sell the fusion core to the inn. Basically, we start. You want electricity? Here you go. Plug this in, and you've not just got purified water. You've got energy.
Which is important.
Yes, unfortunately, you would need a fusion reactor to be able to use that.
Look, we don't tell them that. We sell them that and leave.
Yep, run.
Okay, that is everything in the Vault Tech Center. You have way more junk than you need to fix the generators. There's a whole bunch of complicated scrapping rules for turning junk into salvage that involves rolling 1 combat dice for each junk you've got. I am not going to make everyone roll 100-odd combat dice to see how many components we make. That is just stupid. So I'll allow you to convert any junk you want into usable components.
Well, what's the average success rate on converting it?
It's a DC 0 check, which I think is an oversight on their part because salvaging is basically an excuse to gain free AP. So say you've got 1 junk, you roll 1 combat dice. You can then spend AP to roll additional combat dice. You've got, I think, at this point, something of like circa, probably like 100 junk at this point.
We've got 86.
86. I'm not going to make you roll
And we
86
need
combat
16
dice.
units.
Yeah, but
for
what
that
does
to
combat
work.
dice dictate, though?
How much additional materials you get.
Right.
So, for example, you could roll it and 1 junk becomes no components. or you could become 2 components. But to be
Okay, so
honest,
on average, it's 1 component per
yeah,
junk.
I'm not going to
Okay,
make you.
yeah.
It's almost a roll in you know,
It just seems bad math, but if that's a math, I was thinking,
When it
okay, if
comes-
there's a 50% chance of converting it,
Yeah,
we'll just
when
spend
it
2 junk to
becomes-
gain 1.
Yeah,
Well,
when it comes to uncommon and rare materials, I will make you roll, but at the moment you can't get them. So for common materials, we'll just convert 1 junk to 1 raw.
sounds a lot simpler.
Yeah, it's just easier. I looked at the rule and thought, no, I'm not making you roll. 86 combat dice. So,
What's the purpose of junk and or components?
so
We need so many components. We need 16 components to
Components.
fix the
water cooler.
water thing.
So junk is saleable. It weighs 2 for each one you carry, so you've now got about 160 weight worth of junk. They sell for 2 caps. Common components weigh 1, and they sell for 1. But components are used in modding weapons and armor when you get the relevant skills to allow you to do it.
Do they factor into repairing in any way?
I'd say that you.
Oh, do you need repairs?
Of course, I need repairs. Do you see these dents and nicks all over my body?
They'll buff out.
I'll say that to speed things up because we're getting very late.
Yep.
To paraphrase, you get back to Wayward. There's the Overseer's camp, as both our Vault Dwellers will know, has a workbench. You can use that to convert the junk into components. I'm not going to make you roll to fix it. You weren't asked to fix it. You were asked to provide the components. Duchess is grateful for the components. Pays you exactly what was agreed. You get 40 caps for the party. And you get 1 more night of food and rest. And the last thing she's going to say is, it's a shame about these Scorch and the way they prowl the place and how they turn people into one of them. I know that the responders back in Morgantown were potentially looking at a way of dealing with this, but never heard anything from it. If you're as resourceful as you have been here, maybe, suggestion, maybe you should go and have a look. Maybe you'll be able to pick up where they left off. I can't offer you money for it. It's of no real interest to me, but possibly something worth exploring in between surviving.
It sounds like a mystery to me. What happened to the responders?
Yes.
Oh,
No
it's
one
so
knows.
exciting.
I think that's where we're going to leave tonight. I do apologise for running slightly over. It turns out, even in Fallout, in Theatre of the Mind-esque combat, it still takes a while because we're still learning what roles mean what. It will be
Combat always takes time. It doesn't matter how
I
simple the
promise
system
it will
is.
be much more streamlined when you fight a Deathclaw, because it will mostly be you
It'll be
die.
over quickly.
Deathclaw.
When we fight a what now?
And nothing. I didn't mention about going to the Deathclaw Island. It's fine. That takes me
Deathclaw
back.
Island, I think we would avoid it.
Yeah, not if you need the egg off it. Some of us level 2 people were gullible enough to go over to that island to get the egg for the
No.
quest.
Yes, I did that.
It can't be Deathclaw Island to actually have a Deathclaw. We're level 2 for crying out loud. No, there's a Deathclaw on that island.
It's funny because when I played it, the Deathclaw didn't spawn.
You see, my friend was a lucky jammy so-and-so because they did it and didn't get it either. I then went literally 10 seconds after them, picked up the same egg and triggered it. And it's like, oh, I see how it is. Preferential treatment. Okay, wrapping up. I've been Hedgehog. I am here, always, forever. This is now my job. I don't get to leave. When the stream is over, I just sit here waiting till Saturday when the show kicks back up again. This Saturday we are back with our D&D AP, Tales of the Third Spire. I get my main cast back as we go toe-to-toe with the cult, which is going to be a lot of fun. I will let everyone else sign off, let them know where you can find them on the internet, and if they have anything interesting going on that you may want to know about. And we'll go the exact same order we started in, so it's Chiron.
Hi, I have been and will continue to be Chiron Russmore. You can usually find me on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Chiron Russmore, where I play a variety of video games. My schedule's a little bit of a mess at the moment, but tomorrow I will be streaming whatever free game that Epic is giving away this week. I forget what it is, but there'll be a 3-hour showcase on that tomorrow starting at 9 p.m. and that's usually me. Also, one other thing is don't forget to follow this channel because I will eventually stop shouting out everywhere. So if you want notifications, follow this channel and also join the Discord for this channel because I'll stop telling people eventually.
And I need the followers to get to affiliate. So
I mean, there is that, but I didn't want to seem too desperate on your behalf.
No, it's fine. I will shill for it. I want affiliate so I can start earning money. So follow me, okay?
All right, dance for us, monkey, dance.
I want to make a living out of this, goddammit.
Good luck.
Right, on to Rachel.
I have nothing to plug except follow this channel because it's nice when people can earn money for the hard work that they do. And yeah, that's me.
Anything you want to plug, Bugbear?
Just this channel. It's
Is
an
this
awesome
channel?
channel. So yes, I'll be sharing it with like everybody I know, even people that I'm not friends with that don't have computers. It's like buy a computer and follow this.
Yes. And the more people follow, the more money we get. The more money we get, the more likely it is I can actually pay you. Who knows? Maybe I'll get paid to be here one day. Oh yeah. Is there anything you want to plug?
Oh, sure. I am Aya. You can find me on Twitter at AIBathory, so BATHORY, or here on Twitch. Sometimes I plan on streaming again once I get back home from helping my mother after surgery. I'm a voice actress, so if you need any voice acting, just let me know. And also, I run a plushie shop called Sleeping Seamstress at BigCartel.com. So if you want cute plushies of, hey, maybe you want a Death Club plushie. I mean, hey, I don't know.
I think we all do deep
They're
down.
cute. I have a bunch of Mothman ones. They're really cute. So yeah, that's my shilling for I have no shame.
We love shilling, okay? We're all doing hard work to make this work, so never be ashamed to throw yourself out there. Dabs.
Hi, I'm Dabs, aka Mr. Dabs TV on Twitch. I'm a variety streamer who mostly streams the Playlab. You can find me Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. Central Eastern Time or Central European Time on Twitch at Mr. Dabs TV. Did I say that? And yeah, I have Twitter, but I don't use it, so don't look.
Hey, look. You know, at the end of the day, some of us use it, some of us don't. Some of us are already there because the TTRPG community is there, and if it moves somewhere else, I'd move in an instant. Apparently, we can't agree whether it's Mastodon or Hive. So until the community makes its mind up about where it's going, I'm stuck on Twitter. We will be back next Thursday with episode 2, as potentially we explore the remains of Morgantown and what supposedly happened to the responders. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Tiny bit.
Bye. Bum,